Y'all know the count. Let's do it.
SPS. Hit record. Tap in, let's go. Let's go.
Real talk with the bros, we be breaking it down from the clips on your phone to the word on the
Get in here, get the right stuff. Let's go.
Keep it hush, keep it low, but we laugh, we debate, let the truth still show. Real talk with the bros, every cap get exposed from the grainy little frame to the wild upload. SBS in your face, let the whole world know you rockin' real talk with the bros. Straight in the chair, hit play, let it run. Most side eye every frame, saying that ain't done. Josh break it down like pause. Zoom in close, Uno in the back yelling, hey, that's wild, bro. Late night scroll, turn the show, now we on. From the couch to the screen, same joke, same.
Everybody get in here, get the lights up on your way in, hit the lights. Get somebody need to see it.
Turn the volume up, let the story get told. Yeah. Real talk with the bros, we be breaking it down. From the clips on your phone to the word on the town. Surveillance on loop, catch the scene in slow-mo. Was it staged, was it real? We gon' still say so. Real talk with the bros, every cap get exposed. From the grainy little frame to the wild upload. SBS in your face, let the whole world know you rockin' real talk with the bros. In the chat, y'all seen this, yeah. We rewind free frame. Place your beds from the weird to the wild to the just plain. Nah, we connect, give a dot, leave the rest to God. Big laughs, big facts, little side eye too. Family on the mic with a front row view. Hit that play, hit that like, let the numbers grow. But the vibes stay the same, it's just bros on the show. Real talk with the bros, we be breaking it down. From the clips on your phone to the word on Uptown. Conspiracy talk, keep it hush, keep it low. But we laugh, we debate, let the truth still show. Real talk, we could bros, every cap get exposed. From the grainy little frame to the wild upload. SBS in your face, let the whole world know you rockin' real talk with the bros.
Yeah, what's up, my brother? What's good with it? Shout out to Akil. Make sure y'all get in here, hit the like button, man. Real Talk with the Bros. Let's go. Welcome to Real Talk with the Bros. I am your host and moderator, DJ Strata. We got Josh in the building. Big Bro Mo was on his way. He had to pop out for a few, come back in, and little bro Uno will be in a few. While you here, make sure you hit the like button, man. Share it to somebody that need to see it. Again, this is our weekly show, and we're just going over viral clips, things we find interesting. Like I said, me and the bros, we got a group chat going, man, and we share videos a lot. It's like, yo, why not bring it and share it with the people, man? So that's what this show was based on. You know, it's real lighthearted. Josh, I got a dope show that I am doing tomorrow for the Raw Bunch, though, bro. So while we're waiting on June to get here, man, what you think about this? I was curious, right? And what I found was that in 2026, when we're looking at the progression of Black people, you know what was interesting?
Well, what's up?
Statistically, do you know we match up almost stat for stat with the year 1980?
Really?
Median income, degree attainment, education, home ownership. It's almost stat for stat, very even with the year 1980. What you think about that?
I think that I think that the work speaks for itself, bro. That if we sitting here matching stats in the 80s, that like, bro, like that shit ain't good. Like it ain't no progression. You know what I'm saying? Like that's very discerning.
Yeah. Now here's what's interesting though. Since the 80s, now this is where it gets weird. There seems to be exponential growth since the 80s, but where I juxtapose the data is I put it on top of white progression as well. And this was weird. The graphs they mirror each other in behavior, but where they go differ is that the gap never closes from 1980 to 2026. It's the same gap. It's interesting. That's what y'all takes on that tomorrow show cook up. Yeah. What you think?
Yeah, I'd like that. I'd like to know is the outcome natural, or is it engineered in some way by the powers that be?
Yeah.
That was the first question that popped in mind when you just said that little bit of info right there.
Yeah, Akil, I actually accounted for inflation. That's why when we were talking about the median income, when you adjust for inflation from 1980 to now, it's literally neck and neck. Yeah, it was so crazy. And technology, I know that plays a role, but what's crazy, Akil and bro, what I found is that I think that, okay, there's a couple of things going on, right? So here's my theory. I think that there are times and scenarios to where we have the illusion of progress. And I think as individual families and people, we can say, okay, generationally, it seems as if you're doing more. And the same thing happens in reverse, right? So you got a lot of people that say, well, the older generation did it better. Well, how if it's almost a 1-to-1? Yaz, what's good with it? What's up, Yaz? So I thought that was interesting because a lot of times I'm in these convos, fellas, like the retort would be, we got to get back to where we were. Well, how do you account for if we are? Interesting. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of questions. I've compared us to ourselves. Big bro, he was like, yo, compare our middle and low class. Yaz, what's good? What is good? We appreciate you. So what I did was I was comparing it by class. So I compared the low class to the low class, and I compared the middle class to the middle class. I wanted to not account for the upper echelon because it always happens, right? And I found that there's some correlation there to where you can see that what happened or what it seems is happening is there's more of a separation between the middle and the lower class, but that's about it. So that does count as growth, but comparatively speaking, we haven't closed the gap as much as the illusion would believe to be. We're getting better, right? So I think compared to ourselves, we definitely doing better, but I just thought it was an interesting topic, man. We're going to really get into that tomorrow at 7 p.m. with the Raw Bunch, but I just want to get y'all take on it. Hey, what you think, Mo? What you think about that, bro?
Hit me with the beginning part of it. 1980s, no growth. What were we looking like in the 60s?
What I found is that I was just, doing some research, and I found that my first thought was there any year in Black history that was the most comparable to 2026? And the year it came up with, ironically enough, was the year of 1980. And when it went stat for stat, median household income, home ownership, advanced degrees, so education, poverty rate, retention rate, the numbers mirror and percentages.
Well, and you compare black and white.
No, the first thing I did was compare us to us from 1980 to 2026. So it's just us to us. Yesteryear people were here. And then I did a comparison to, kind of apples to apples with how we compare to white people.
Well, yeah. Well, you know what? I really do think that it has something to do with definitely what bro touched on. What was that it was like that it's like a concerted effort. I mean, because you can see it in the results. It's like like there literally is no change. So my first question is, okay, well, who does that benefit? Who is that good for? And in my opinion, it's good for the 1%ers. The billionaire class, the class that has all the wealth. If you have accumulated a bunch of wealth in a system, why would you want the system to change? So now, so you accumulated the money, so you're going to use the money to make more money, but you're also going to section off a part of that money to invest in the system in a way that the system stays as it is. Which is why I think, it's just an argument against the existence of billionaires and capitalism itself. I'm not like an anti-capitalist, but I do think that's a red mark against capitalism. because the people who have all the power that already exists at the top, change is not good for them. So one could argue that they also stifle change and progress throughout all humanity. I also go to the fact that I think that we're going back to the moon today. I think the Artemis is launching today, and maybe in the as we speak. I think it was like a six. Is it the first? Is it April 1st?
Yeah.
Yes, April 1st.
Yeah. So they should be in the air by now. So like the last time we went to the moon, or the last time we faked as if we were on the moon was like in the 60s, right? So
Yeah.
like, so let's say if you believe we went to the moon, or if you believe we faked it, it took like so long just for us to even think of going back. And I just feel that that the people at the very top, and people that are allowed to accumulate like such uh, a large amount of wealth, I think that they're kind of like dialectically opposed to everyone else, and they're opposed to change and innovation. Because if
Yeah.
you switch it up, now the environment may change, and that environment may not be conducive to their billions. Like if I'm an oil guy, I'm looking at real hard these cats that's building these engines that run off alternative fuel sources, because now you're putting into my bag. And so what that does is it basically kind of stifles innovation for everyone else. So in my opinion, that's kind of a symptom of the larger argument against capitalism and against people being allowed to have billions.
Okay, got it. I like it. I like it, man. So like I said, bro, y'all tap in tomorrow, man. It's going down the Raw Bunch. We'll be back on our Thursday scheduled programming. We're gonna get right back to it. Keep these shows cranked out for y'all, man. Keep y'all entertained. We appreciate you while you're here. Make sure you hit your like button on the way in. Share it to somebody that ain't seeing it. We're gonna have some fun tonight, fellas. We got a mixture of some good life lessons, some debauchery as always, couple of conspiracy theories, and just funny shit. So, like I said, man, y'all tune in, tap in with us, man. Let's get to this first video, bro. Again, I love y'all for that, man. Y'all will never get old with the videos. Y'all be saying it never gets old. It never surprises me, man. Let's get to our first one, bro. Let's just get straight to it. Good advice, quote unquote, bad people.
All right. I need you to listen very carefully to what I'm saying, because there are lessons again and again throughout your whole life. You gotta learn from these things, right? Here's the deal. You did not get in trouble because you punched this sneaky brat in the face. Not at all. You got in trouble because you punched a sneaky little brat in the face in front of other people.
Jimmy, I really don't think that that's the right thing to be teaching a kid.
No, that's absolutely what I should be telling them, babe. So the lesson you gotta learn is this. It's not what you do. It's when and where you do it, and who you do it to or with. Huh? You following?
Yes, I follow. Punch people and no one's looking.
That's exactly right. If nobody sees it,
That's
doesn't happen.
That is funny. If nobody sees
Right.
it, it doesn't happen. It's not what you do, but who you do it to and when you do it.
Oh, wow.
That is funny. Oh, wow, that's hilarious. So what y'all think about the video, bro? What y'all thoughts?
Hey, I mean, shit. I think if we were reared that way, hearing shit like that, we damn, I'm a little afraid to think of where the hell we be right now.
Okay, tell me more. Tell me more. What you mean? What you mean, bro?
I mean, shit, bro. Like that. It's like jewels like that, along with things like, and I wish somebody would have told us when we were younger, bro, because it would have made our lives a lot easier. And it's about networking. You could be the smartest, you could be the strongest. Hell, you can even be like the life of the party. But if you don't know that right person to get you through that door, then all your talents are for naught. I mean, just think about it. How many smart motherfuckers you know that ain't get into fucking Harvard or MIT? How many strong motherfuckers you know that were athletic as fuck and didn't go to the NBA or the NFL. But the motherfucker that they were in the class with was like, "Oh man, we need this guy." But it's like you know, and I know, like, bro, he a little bit better than him. But again, bro, it's like that guy right there. He either caught the right eye or he had the right ears listening to him, and they helped him out on his journey. But that,
Like
but that video right there, though, that was some real shit, and I think I would tell my fucking son
that's solid. That's solid. That's solid. That's
that.
solid. Hey, bro, what you think, bro?
Yeah, man, for real, bro. It's how I'm raising mine, dog. Um, you know, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's not just so much of like be a bad person or whatever, but it's just we have to be appreciative and thankful of the system that we're in. We're able to enjoy life and we can like go about things and we don't necessarily have to worry about like bombs being dropped on our head. There's like levels to it, even when it
Yeah.
comes to all the humanity. We're living in the most peaceful times, but it's like you don't want to be lulled into a sense of okay, well, the superheroes always win. If I get in trouble, I'll call the police, and the police will help me. It's like that you want to kind of reel them in a way so that yeah, the system is there for you to enjoy and use, but uh, you don't want to count on it to be your savior. And also too, like the system is a tool. Take advantage of it. There may be some times where you may have to go morally gray. Uh, but it's okay to be a bit selfish and to like ABC always be cheating, right? Like if like my daughter's like she's taking a test and she's telling me about like oh man, I got in trouble because our class got in trouble because a lot of people was in the class cheating. Well, yeah, you're gonna get the cheating is wrong lesson, yeah, but then at the same time it's like okay, so what happened? What did you do? How did you cheat? Let's do this in a way so that you can like benefit from it, but not necessarily get caught, right? Um, uh, you
I think
know,
yeah. I think my whole thing is like what I took from the video was I think that a few things has to be taught simultaneously, right? So you got to tell them the right way and you got to show them the right way, right?
yeah,
Then step 2 is integrity. Is can you do the right thing when nobody's looking, right? But the other real part about it is integrity and doing the right thing doesn't always equal the best outcome. And so you have to be resilient enough to navigate what ain't a favorable outcome because what you thought was going to happen ain't going to happen just because you on your square. And I think that,
yeah,
like you said, that one was directly that video was tied directly to his son getting bullied. And we know that was Whitey Bulger. He was one of the most wild, you know what I'm saying, or wild
mm,
niggas, still snitch, right? But I
mm,
think that is the part where we have to be realistic in our lessons to our children is that you're not doing the right thing for the right outcome. You're doing the right thing for you, right?
yes,
And how you respond matters. So even if you do go down a path to where I'm gonna hit back, because we're gonna teach our kids to defend ourselves. We know that all of us do that, right? There's still a way to even do that, right?
yes,
And I think that's when real advice hits the practical world, and you got to give your child a tool to navigate even that properly if they are or ain't cut like that. Because, like you said, we're raising our children. We're not raising the world, right?
mm,
And so there's things that are just inevitably there. You can't stop it. You can't, you know what I mean? You can't go around it. You can't shelter them from it. But, it's a slippery slope, bro. But again, I only got one daughter. So for the context, y'all, I got one daughter, and that's my only child, too. My brother's got sons. You know what I'm saying? Sons, or, you know what I'm saying? And daughters, a mixture of both. So, I will say that I don't even want to hypothetically speak because I don't have a son. I'm going to just stop it there. That's what I do with my daughter.
mm.
Javier, what's good? Yeah, we knew it was going to make an appearance.
Yeah.
I saw the phone running across the screen. You know the count. Shout out to the nephew. What you think? What do you think, Mo? Does that make sense? My trip?
Yeah, for sure. Um, it's just about it's about survivability. You have to do uh, what you have to survive.
Yeah.
And sometimes that may mean stepping outside of like the rules of law. Sometimes, I mean, you have to do what you have to do to survive. I think it's just as you said. You have to be adaptable. You can't be so rigid, and you can't be so dependent on the system that you don't think of ways to look out and defend yourself, better yourself. Because also too, you put yourself at a disadvantage. I mean, this righteousness and believing in the rule of law when like everybody around you is doing everything that they can in order to get ahead, and sometimes sometimes they're cheating. And I try to look at the intelligence and the critical thinking in all things, to where
Okay.
it's okay, doing like kind of bending things and creating a gray area for yourself. There's a level of intelligence that requires as well, right?
Yeah. I could agree with that.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so it's like, yeah, you want them to be able to function in the system and put on the mask and like make straight A's. And that's why mom never really made a big deal about straight A's. It was like, so what? You doing what you're supposed to do? Who cares, right?
That's a fact. She did it for all
Yeah,
of
but
us.
you
That's a fact. That
see
became the
exactly,
norm.
right?
Yeah, normal for
Yeah,
us. Real
that's the
shit.
basics. That's the basics. So,
Yeah.
so when you start critically thinking, you start getting to the advanced stages. It's like, these are the rules.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how can I, you know, take advantage sometimes to
Yeah,
advance?
yo, so good,
Because
brother.
we know
My
that
bad.
because we know that that's what them folk do. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Uh,
Yeah.
uh, uh, they'll provoke, and then the first thing they do is they'll run to that police officer or they'll run to the rule of law and say, "Oh my God, hey, help me," or whatever. It's like they're the masters of that. I'll just leave
Yeah.
that at that.
I like it because there's another video coming up that we're gonna get into the minutia of what you just said, bro. But that's a solid point. Now, walking the same lines of lessons, I wonder what y'all think about this interesting scenario. I thought this was a very powerful video, only because I've heard of these things in practice, but I've never seen it implemented this way. So I know of this next video that happened, but I want to get y'all perspective on uh, this young brother situation. Let's tap in.
So our father passed away, and now my siblings is fighting over the insurance policy and things of that nature. Right? So let me break it down to you. One, my father has 5 kids. I am the youngest of 5, and I had no clue he had me down as his beneficiary. Right? Because it's my first time dealing with something like this. So, in his will, he made sure that I was in charge of the trust, so I can't just give money out, right? Even for myself. So with this being said, my siblings is fighting over them being able to spend the money in the trust on their personal, things they have going on. But it clearly states anybody unmarried or unwed cannot get no money. It clearly states if you are unmarried, no husband, no wife, the money goes to the kids. The kids have to be jail-free, drug-free, college, or entrepreneur to get only $10,000 to start their business. He gives them in the insurance policy in the trust. You only get $50,000 for a house, and that's it. In the trust, it has over $2 million. For me, when he left me, nothing, and I'm not mad at it because I'm not married, and because I had kids out of wedlock, I don't get no money. All of the money that was going towards me go towards my kids. I have no issue with it. Me and my father discussed this when he was alive. He broke it down to me. He's trying to break generational curse and habits. So even though me and him was the closest, he told me straight up, I have to make an example with you, because if I start off with you, nobody else can complain. So when he passed away, nobody got a red cent. Nothing, me included. Now, I have my own insurance policy on him. I suggested to everybody else they did that, to do that, and they didn't do it. Now, when he passed away, I ended up with a $2 million policy payout. They feel I should pay them. I'm not. When I told everybody 15 years ago it's only going to cost $200 to $500 a month to get a $1 million policy on the pops, they didn't listen to me. Now that I've done it and it paid off, I'm not sharing with you Negroes. They wouldn't share it with me. So am I wrong for that? Commenting below and be honest.
Another good one, fellas. What y'all think?
Shit. I mean, I can go first, but I mean, shit. Anybody want to go before me?
Y'all want me to take a stab at it first? Yeah, I think.
I mean, fuck it. I can. I ain't gonna front. I like how he set up rules, but just those rules in particular, in my opinion, and with me, if I was leaving like a trust, the whole, like you got to be married type deal, like yeah, man, man, that's a little, because then it's like if people know that rule, they'll just be getting married just to get their bread, almost like on some military shit. Motherfuckers will get married just to move off a base.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So it's like I said, I love the fact that he put rules with it, but those type of rules. But then again, he was talking about his own generational curses, so you know what I'm saying. I dig that, and what I would have done differently.
Okay.
Just to, even though you would end up shelling out a little bit more money for it, I would have ended up having, either if I hadn't hired an attorney, I would have just paid my attorney a little bit more to be my executor.
Your trustee.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Okay. So then even the person doing the trust, like, it's like they won't be biased.
Yeah.
When it comes to making decisions, because you're not even family, and you've already been paid to handle this money. And hopefully, if I'm smart enough, I have rules and stipulations in play to where you can't do no fuck shit with it. And I'm talking to my lawyer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, that right there. And so far as homeboy drawing his own policy out and getting $2 million on that and not wanting to give anything to his siblings, I mean, that he ain't wrong for that at all.
Yeah.
Especially if he told them from jump, hey man, I think y'all should go ahead and do a policy.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, yo, the opportunity was there, y'all didn't grab for it. So, just them to be the breaks.
That's a fact, bro. I think that interesting enough, I'll walk the same path you did. So I agree with it. I'm gonna tell you why, Josh. I think that, to your point, I don't think that I would have let it be known that that was a condition and stipulation, only because, like you said, I don't want you to move off of a premise of money that technically you didn't earn outside of your birthright, right? And so I want to see what you would naturally do, because again, while I was alive, I've been guiding you, right? So it's not even like this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? I've been telling you your whole life, like to my daughter, I'm gonna be making her marriage minded whole time. So it wouldn't be a shock to her that, well, it makes sense why Daddy would put that in his trust, that I can't touch her until I'm married, or a certain age, or a certain limit. So I like the fact that the parameters are there, but I do agree with you. I wouldn't prematurely share that with anybody other than the trustee / the executor, right?
Yeah.
I do think that that's the way that we break these generational curses and we set the standard for the next generation. And the part that I did love about it, though, is we can have a judgment about how he executed, but I love the fact that if you didn't qualify, this now goes to your children. Same rules in effect. Now, that was amazing. I think that was a nice little, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, if you're old enough to where you didn't do it the right way and you're well off, I'm not going to be the one that turn you up. So I can agree with that. I love that part of it. You know what I'm saying?
Another thing I would have done differently would have been, instead of, you got to go to college, I would have kept it. I would have kept it simple as hell because we can keep it a buck, bro. This is sort of a curse within the family or whatnot, bro. As long as you not, if you're a two-time felon, then you automatically get disqualified, bro.
Mhm. I like that. That's a way.
Yeah.
And I think he did say you had to be jail free and drug free or something. I think that was his two more conditions.
I say two-time felon because I get it. Ain't nobody perfect. You could be hanging
Right.
around the wrong bunch. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I get it, but
Yeah.
after that second time, bro, nah, you good because even if you get this bridge, you probably ain't even gonna do nothing with it, but put yourself right back in
Hello,
there.
hello.
So
Right.
yeah, yeah. What's up, bro? You see him drop? Can't hear
Yeah, I can
him.
see him. Check,
Okay.
check, check. Hey, Jen, give us a mic check, bro. Hey, Mo, give us a mic check. He's still getting it together. But yeah, Josh, I think yeah, you can do your thing. I'm still
I still
processing
hear
it,
you.
man.
Yeah,
I think that I like it. I think more people should do it that way in terms of at least planning for and trying to execute how we are passing on this wealth. And like I said, most of us, like, and I'll say this, I think that there are multiple ways and vehicles to get money. We all know that, right? You get it while you're physically able and capable. You get enough to where the generation at least behind you, at least one generation, is up to par, right? And at least they can get to going. So I love the idea, but also without the parameters, you want to make sure that it's not squandered. Now, there's no way to 100% account for that shit, but again, parameters in place does give the next generation something to shoot for, so that they're not just waiting for the lottery ticket of your death, right? But I love the fact that in my death, this wealth and assets go beyond me. That's amazing, right? Because I can't take it with me. I might as well give it to you, but I want to put you in a position where you're going to win and this money don't become a detriment. Because another thing we do know is a lot of motherfuckers that hit the lottery are broke within 3 years. Because if I haven't even put in the work with my child to help them understand wealth management or money management outside of themselves, then that could actually be a detriment to the kid without these conditions.
You want to know one of the main reasons why they go broke, bro?
I'm
It's because
listening.
when you win big, they give you a fucking choice. And
Mhm.
with some lottery offices, they'll have the financial attorney right there. Like if you
Mhm.
don't want him, we can give you other financial like attorney names that help you with this, but you would have to shell out like a certain percentage.
Right.
Most people say, "Nah, I'm good," and it's like, bro, like maybe that shit would be worth it.
Yeah.
You know what
Well,
I'm
at least
saying?
if you don't trust theirs, right? But like you said, at that point, his percentage is gonna be his percentage points. But like you said, bro, the fact that, and I ain't gonna lie, this is a word that I know is important to us, but I wish we would be well educated. I'm tired of hearing people say generational wealth, but they don't know how to accrue it, they don't know how to maintain it, and they don't know how to properly pass it, right? Most of us would have, like, with the shit that we own and assets and the money we got in 401ks, Roths, investment portfolios, trading portfolios, most of the things, properties, right? A trust at the level that we're getting it doesn't require a lot. Now, shout out to Akil, he's my mentor. I talked to him personally. The amount of, that brother's blessed. And he was telling me just the maintenance for his trust, the way he did it, is enough to make people be like, damn, I don't even want to do it that way, respectfully, right? And so I think that even with stuff like that, like, we talk about it, but I don't know too many people that practically understand how to properly do it so that some lawyer ain't somewhere getting larger percentages and it ain't getting passed to the people, and then your kids don't know what the fuck to do with it because they don't know nothing about finances. So I think that generational wealth is a great thing when we know how to do it correctly. I'll say that. Mo, what you got, bro?
All right, the kids are in the building, and they were
That's
all
cool,
like
bro.
grumpy and whatnot. So you're gonna hear craziness in the background. My bad.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so you're talking about like the dude and the family and the insurance and all that.
Yep.
I never really liked stuff like that. Um,
Okay.
I, ju- I just feel like it's personal, like whatever the family members did individually to prepare themselves for their loved one passing. That's on you. Go ahead.
Oh no, you good. That's me. I'm fucking with my
Oh,
webcam and keep following me. My bad. You
it's
good,
just
brother.
yeah, it's personal, man. It's just unfortunate. It sucks when it like drives wedges. Um, the type of person who will be like upset that well, you got this and I didn't get that and blah blah blah. That type of argument that they're not even really in the mindset um, to create any meaningful wealth for themselves, let alone generational wealth. You know,
Right.
it's
Right.
just hey guys, we all know what's happening. Do what you want to individually to prepare. And if the person who's passing and in that situation is blessed enough to do whatever it is they want to with whatever it is they have, then that's on them. Um,
Yeah.
and I think that it's just another piece of that family's culture. I think that part of our family's culture is that um, like nothing is like promised to you. You know,
Yeah.
like we spawned in here with no promises. Like I said, look towards nature, man. Like some people come in this world and they're taken out just like that. That's something that's like totally out of control. Whether you're like a lion cub and and your pop just lost and took a L, now you're about to get taken out. That's what we spawned into. So when we're building and we're helping guiding you, as you grow up. It's just, self-reliance. Don't like nothing at all is promised you. I mean, not and I would even take it a step further, and I don't want to like delegitimize anybody thinking intelligent as far as like a financial um, like it's financially, right? Yeah, take those steps to do what you can to be responsible financially, but like not even these systems that we invest into to set up for when you pass is even promised. Uh, right after slavery ended, you had like an explosion of black farmers, right?
Mhm.
And talking about like acres and acres of land. So you don't have as many as today as you did back in the day. You want to know why? I once saw this article about how you had a lot of black farmers who were former slaves, and they had like successful operations, acres and acres of land, like 10, sometimes even hundreds of acres, and like and they would pass away and so what they would do is the U.S. government created some sort of doctrine, right? Whereas it's like if there isn't anything specified in a will, that someone could come in and get like a great, 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 great relative and say, and through some paperwork and mumbo jumbo, would make sure that they have like a little piece. So because things aren't organized, because so you got in through that distant relative, now someone who's like a company they like paid them for it. They cashed them out. So now because they went in through some relative who cashed out, but the land rightfully belongs to the other relatives who should divide it up and create their own operations. That gave them the window to jump in and through legal mumbo jumbo. Well, because this wasn't filed and because that wasn't filed and because of this, I think that this should happen. And I have this huge capital, I have this huge pool of capital right here so I'm just going to outbuy everybody. So now everybody loses the land. That's how a lot of people right now aren't farmers and they didn't grow up on farmland that their great, 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 great granddaddies have was because like of these doctrines. So it's like, so even so even when you play by the system's rules to bring back up the other video, that's not even from promise to you, right? So if you're setting things up so meticulously, and so now it doesn't pan out, now what? Like, what other skills do you have? Like, do you have that ability to adapt, adjust? And, I don't know, like you can be as free as you'll ever be if you can exist, say outside of the system and not like expect a handout, even if that handout comes from a relative who has passed and who has uh, uh, set everything up, because the powers that be can just take that away. So now what are you left with? So,
Yeah.
yeah, I understand, financial responsibility when it comes to death and all of that, but I'm much more interested in um, creating beings who can survive even if I wasn't even here tomorrow, and they can just like get it from nothing because absolutely nothing is promised to you, not even the life that you currently enjoy now. You know.
I like it. I
So
like
yeah,
it. I
it's
like
not, like remember when Pop passed, like not to get too personal and stuff like that, and it was like we all had that opportunity where like, hey, he's not doing too well as far as the health. Prepare yourselves. You know, we all made the choices to prepare ourselves for however we prepare ourselves. Not once did I hear any one of us talk
it.
about, oh well, he's gonna give it to so and so because that family's closer. And it's like, we didn't care. It was like, like we care in the way of, us wanting him to be healthy and happy, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, but we weren't like too caught up on like, he's gone. That's like the most important thing. Not this whole, oh, well, who gets to land him? And da.
Right.
This shit's lame. I don't really like it. And I should probably do more to prepare for such things because,
Yeah.
you got to be
The
well
first,
rounded. But
yeah.
I'm just not, I don't want to feel like I'm profiting from losing someone I love. That's the last thing I'm thinking about.
You know what's crazy, bro? I'm conflicted on this because to get to the point with Pops, man. Daily, what's up, my brother? Hey, that's a solid financial brother. Daily Living Capital, man. He does great portfolio work, strategic financial planning. This might be risky Discord. Solid brother. He has the money talks, and they normally do it at 8 o'clock, so he'll tap in before they do their presentation. Solid brother. But back to the point, bro. I think what was probably the most frustrating thing with Pops scenario was by the time we actually were tapped in. Remember when I was like, yo, I'm about to shop around so we get a policy. He encouraged it. You know what I'm saying? Remember, he gave me a social and all that stuff. So I had all the info. But the problem was the pre-qualifying conditions, he was too bad off by the time it even dropped in our lap, right? And so we couldn't even pay into a policy if we wanted. And, we didn't, and again, to your point, we didn't push beneficiaries because we didn't give a shit. We still don't, we paid our respect and we was cool. You know what I mean? Like, it was unfortunate that he passed prematurely to stuff that could have been under his control, right? But to your point, I can say that us as brothers, we were never and still ain't hung up on what was or ain't after he's gone. But I will say this. I'm telling y'all now, I need y'all to get insurance on me. If I get to a position where it's like, it's getting tough, I want you to, because at the end of the day, everything that I have, again, I have beneficiaries for most of my shit. Let me start there. 401k, I got whole term life insurance. I got term life insurance. I got a bunch of policies for Layla and my old lady. So they're going to be cool, right? Again, but I wouldn't mind at all if my brother took a policy out on me. Should I help y'all pay it? Because one thing I do know, and two things for certain, is that if I can't leave you anything, you know what I'm saying, other than memories, yeah, nigga, go get that million. Turn it the fuck up, bro. Because what we saw as taboo, big bro, this is, and I hate that the classify as a race and pigeonhole, but this is real. Nigga, this is how the white folks have been transferring wealth for years. You feel me? Like, they've been doing transferring term policies, borrowing against them bitches. They've been doing that that ain't even a new hustle for them. And it really ain't for us. But I do think that what we fuck up is by the time we start the shit, bro, if you don't want to take out the policy yourself, and that's another way to do it, you can pay your own monthly premiums and then you can have beneficiaries, right? What we fuck up is we started too late, and then the pot either ain't big enough or the terms cancel each other out based on pre-existing conditions. That's another thing that fucks us as gems as black people, right? The policies we get, they're conditional policies, so knowing the difference between term and whole term or whole life insurance, that makes a huge difference, because a lot of people will put money into policies that you couldn't cash out on. So the money you thought you were getting, you weren't. But go ahead, Josh, my bad.
Back up. No, you good. So you can take out a policy on yourself and set up your own beneficiaries. Now I'll do that. I'll do that for Lil Man, and I mean, my jump there. And for any child who has my blood, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like, but I sort of feel I ain't no sort. I definitely feel how Junior feel, but on the same side, just behind logic and just what we know, like you
Yeah,
said, how this is one of the many ways that they keep their money in the family.
yeah,
And it literally spins inside of the family at least 2 or 3 times before it even goes out. This
yep,
is one of those times. And again, it's hard because again, with us, that shit is taboo.
yeah, very,
You know what I'm
very,
saying? But again, this is like, man, we need to adapt.
yeah.
Type
But
shit.
I'm telling everybody that I fuck with, man, listen, if y'all niggas is working 9 to 5s, everybody gonna be an entrepreneur. Only 10% of us are good at that. And out of the 10, only 3% I think are actually in the black and still a company 10 years from now. But one thing we fucking sleep on is go through your benefits package at your job, bro. Everything we talking about, your job offers it. And for a couple of more bucks a month that you won't miss out your paycheck, you can just line this shit up with your job, right? When the next cycle comes and it's time for you to re-up on benefits and shit, look at that package. Look at it seriously. You feel me? Shout out to you. Said you can have up to 2 beneficiaries for one policy. You can get IUL policies and set up like an individual bank, so it's like a dual policy. And I got to bring Yayos up here at some point because I do know that he's well versed in the insurance game. But like I said, there's a lot of ways to do this shit. But my take home point is if you don't have enough money for a trust, lean on the fact that there are beneficiaries, and even deeper than that, take more advantage of the things that you can do now while simply just showing up to work. You're not gonna miss that 10 or 15 bucks. You ain't gonna know it's gone because a lot of people are freaked the fuck out if you looked at your paycheck and saw how much is already being taken out that you're not getting paid already. Whole another combo though. The shit that nigga, because see, I pay attention to all that shit. So I'll be mad as hell at work. Y'all got me fucked up. So you know what I'm saying? But anyway, whole nother convo. But I'm just saying, yo, the next time the next cycle comes up, when y'all are at your jobs and it's time, they get you to re-enroll in benefits, blah, 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 right? Make sure you pay attention to it. Mon Duke's in the building. FYI, most employees offer accidental insurance, not to be confused with whole life or term. That's a fact, Mon. And that's like if something happens while you're on the job or if there's like a car crash, whatever, God forbid, most high forbid, you can still have policies that will cover the unintentional death. But like you said, different insurances have different qualifications. Make sure you meet the qualifications and go ahead and take that paper out now, man, because, set it up how you will. But this is what this combo we just had, although short, this is how generational wealth truly starts. It's not a fucking idea. You're not going to become a millionaire overnight. And another dark truth for most people that we don't like to talk about online, right, is most people, this is cold but true, most people die in the tax bracket they were born in. Ain't that a bitch?
Damn.
So with that being said, I'm not saying $1 million dreams ain't for everybody, but I do think we have to start being more realistic about this 6-figure shit that I keep hearing online a lot. When if you are making anywhere above 50, 60,000, you're doing better than probably 70 or 80% of the United States.
Hey, you wanna know what's crazy?
Go ahead.
You can't even hold down a mortgage and in the lowest states unless you fucking making 105 to 100 goddamn 13,000.
That's a fact. That's another dark fact, but very true. Yeah, bro. So like I said, man, don't be too hard on yourself and don't think that it's too late. We didn't, the shit me and my bros are talking about now,
They
we
never
didn't always do this and we didn't always apply this. Because had all of us did it when we got 18, 19, we'd all be multi-millionaires. We on the path now, but if we'd have been on that 401k shit, Roth, term insurance, like we'd have been up, you know what I mean? But, can always self-correct. Anyway, man, let me get to this next video. I don't even know who sent this. I have no fucking clue, but let's get to it, bro. Y'all niggas is crazy.
No.
I can talk to you.
Who did that? Which one of you niggas?
It won't be.
Nah, it was me. It was me. That was definitely from our algorithm.
It's like, what the fuck?
Shit, man. Shit, it was one video, bro. They fucked around and tied some goddamn Jordans on a rooster, and that motherfucker were running. Oh man, what's up, Luke?
Luke, what's good with it? He's looking like I might speak. You said they put rooster. They said you put J's on the rooster, bro.
They put J's on the rooster, and that damn thing was running, man. And I lost it. I was trying to find the video, but I lost it.
Where the battery go? Where that?
It's my do
Hey,
rag.
Luke, grandma said, hey. He go. I was like, yo, what the fuck? That was just random. I don't like I said, man. That's why I love my brothers, man. I never know what.
Man, I want some chickens. The next, because I'm looking.
Out of this.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. The next spot I'm getting, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting some chickens. Like I've already done the research on one of the particular breeds that'll do well in the area. That'll do well as far as the climate in this area.
Yeah.
You know, unfortunately, I was going to try to do like a free range sort of things, but apparently, when you own them, you have to worry about an increase of like hawks and like other like predators and stuff around. So they're always saying it's a good idea to either get some maybe a couple of geese with them because they'll like attack, or apparently cats can kind of be trained to be cool with what they grew up with. They're like kind of like barn cats or whatever, but it's like it's gonna be a whole thing. Thank you, I appreciate that. But yeah, chickens, bro, it's going down, man.
Yeah, that's crazy as shit. Yeah, that is a thing, man.
There he is, he's right there.
Clean the eggs when they have them because they come out. The eggs come out the same hole that the chicken poops. So you clean the eggs out. Learn that from Purdue, working at Purdue.
That's crazy. That's diabolical as shit, bro. That's crazy. But yeah, that was random. Like I said, it broke up, some of the heavy convo song with it. Let's get right into the next one, man. Let's let the fuckery continue, dog. Here we go.
Girl, your truck finna get blown. God, thank you. You wanna move? I should have watched the news. Hey, who registered this?
You wanna move? Like you come over here?
Nah, fuck all that.
Sabrina, come on.
I'm already here, so let me get 10 on pump.
Sabrina, get in here.
Yeah, 10 on pump 12. 2 of your quick picks. Hey, where y'all going? Ain't nothing but a little damn rain.
Yeah, it's
Y'all got
fine.
to
You
do.
need to come in
Hey,
here.
let me get a number.
I'm gonna run that back. Hold on, one more time, yo.
Girl, your truck finna get blown. God, thank you.
You wanna move?
I should have watched the news. Hey, who registered
You
this?
wanna move? Like you come over here?
Nah, fuck all that. Listen,
Sabrina, come on.
I'm already here, so let me get 10 on pump.
Sabrina, get in
Yeah,
here.
10 on pump 12. 2 of your quick picks. Hey, where y'all going? Ain't nothing but a little damn rain.
Yeah, it's
Y'all got to
fine.
do.
You need to come in
Hey,
here.
let me get a number.
Hey, Josh, what you think, bro?
Hey man, that motherfucker thought he had a winner, boy. I heard that. Hey man, let me get a pick 5. Like hey man, the hell with that storm. He want that winner. Shit.
Yeah, shout out to the resiliency of black people, nigga. Like, we don't be giving a fuck about, like, we say it a lot of times, like, y'all don't care about shit. But it be times like that to be like, yo, motherfuckers really be resilient, bro. Shout out to the resiliency of my lottery players. Y'all niggas be making me sit in line. I can't stand y'all in line. Y'all hold the fucking line up. It's like niggas get up and register and forget your scratch offs that you've been playing for the last 35 years, and now you want to be like, let me get a goddamn let me get the number 17, and then let me get the 45, or you ain't got to go in the back and get them. I'll be like, nigga, if you, bro, that shit is annoying as fuck when somebody don't play, but I understand it. Do what you got to do, I guess, but fuck.
Bro. And what's crazy is I play, but people like that piss me off because I'm quick when it comes to shopping for anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when I get my ticket, it's like, bro, I could be driving and I can have a good feeling, and on a certain time, I could be like, yo, you know what? Boom, I'm gonna get these tickets on this time, and shit gonna get real. I fuck around and get there, you got a nigga like that, and the time is already gone. 5 minutes past, and I'm just looking at him like, bro, I should just go right behind him and slap the back his fucking neck. But it's like, you know what? It'd be all right. Fuck
that shit always burn me up. Like, man, let me keep my peace, man. People trying to get how they live, bro.
Bro, I swear to God.
That was wild. I was like, let me just play that shit, man. Let's shift gears and get into something a little more interesting. I thought that this was a good topic. Let me see what y'all think about this one. If you came into the building, again, Real Talk with the Bros, man. We just kick it back, having a good time. Make sure you hit the like button on the way in and subscribe and send it to somebody that ain't seen it yet. Let's get to the next one, bro.
The very first country mentioned in the Bible is Ethiopia, Genesis 2, verse 13. Depending upon the version of the Bible you have, this Ethiopia might be spelled Cush, C-U-S-H, or Cush, K-U-S-H. If you will look quickly at an authoritative source, you will see Cush, whether it's C or a K, is the ancient name for Ethiopia. If you will read properly the Bible, Europe is not mentioned in the Bible until the very end. If you know the slightest thing about the life of Jesus Christ, you will know that when Jesus Christ was in trouble, it was to Africa his mother took him. It was there that she hid him. For 10 years, he grew there physically, spiritually, and morally. If you would look properly at the life of Jesus Christ, you will see that he never saw Europe. He never saw it. His disciples never saw Europe. The religion of Christianity was spread to Europe by the apostles who came long after the disciples. Not only that, it took 400 years after the death of Jesus Christ for Christianity to be consolidated in Europe. 400 years after his death. If you would look properly, you would see the first church in the world was in Africa. The first monastery in the world was in Africa. The very intellectual development of the church was a result of Africans. St. Augustine ain't nothing but an African. Consequently, when we say Jesus Christ is not white, we mean exactly that. He could be just about any color, but the one color he definitely could not be is white. As a matter of fact, if you will do the slightest research, this white Jesus that you see they have hanging everywhere is nothing but the uncle of the artist who painted the picture.
What's all this Bethlehem and all that business?
Yes, but that's not Europe.
No.
That's not Europe. That's Palestine and Africa. It's not. Jesus Christ never went to Europe. He never saw it. If he did, of course, there is some question as to whether or not he died on the cross. After his death, some people say he didn't die, and after his death, he might have gone, but he certainly never went to Europe while he was preaching. He never saw it, neither did his disciples. And he spent 10 years, and even in the Bible says that he had hair like the wool of a lamb. That's what the Bible says. He could not be white. It's impossible. And Christianity did not grow up. Christianity is not authentic to Europe. It's not. It entered Europe from the outside. As a matter of fact, one of the bloodiest histories that mankind has ever seen was to consolidate Christianity inside of Europe. Here's where you had the gladiators, men fighting lions, and everything possible to crush it.
I think crux of origins. What y'all think?
I'm gonna let Junior or you go this time first.
Yeah, I'll start to keep it light. I think that the most interesting part of the video was the perplexity of the white person doing the interview, because I'm under the belief that the way we've been presented the Bible, Christ, all things biblical, have been so factual and accurate, but it makes sense to me because no person, I believe, of any race or creed that follows a religion doesn't have a God that doesn't look like them So it makes sense that Caesar Borgia would be a white man, because by the time Europe got Jesus and even any of the biblical following of what they call Christianity, he had been dead for 40 years. So it makes sense that somebody's going to remix some shit and try to, whitewash more accurate depiction of what he truly looked like. I'm not surprised. I'll land. I'm not even going to drag this shit out. I think we kind of know what it is, so I'll just land there. I'll stay there. What you got, bro?
Boy.
All right. And man, yo, this what the guy saying was spot on, and like you said, homeboy, sort of, I don't want to say disbelief, but I guess shock is, you know what I'm saying? Like it's
disheveled.
I don't know. Yeah, like it's like, like it's almost like you never actually sat down and thought about it like that. Like, well, it's not even thinking about it like that because it is what it is.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like that, bro, what you think some other people would do because you do it is not always necessarily the case.
Yes. I like that. I like that. What you got, Mo?
Well, my thing is, I'm wondering, because I probably missed some of the beginning of it because these churn, they tired.
Yeah.
So what was the significance of it? Was he speaking on a part? Was he speaking on the like a more? Was what he said geared more towards Africa is awesome?
No.
Or was he talking more on the fact of like the whitewashing? The
Yeah,
whitewashing.
something like whitewashing. Yeah, of your hospital.
And this is something. I mean, no one listening to no surprise. That's what the conquerors do. That's what they do. That's what Christianity itself has become.
Yeah.
Whenever it's spread towards a new land or whenever it takes over a new people, you have like a different type of holiday.
Right.
For Christ's sake, they're trying to say that it was born on December the 25th, just like as they were infiltrating and taking over Roman culture. It's a way for the Roman people to be more comfortable believing that he was the son of God, was because they had to tie him to the sun god.
Yo,
I like it.
And not for nothing, but when you actually think about it, how the Romans did it, it was such, looking at it, shit, you can look at it objectively and subjectively. How the Romans did it, bro. It's like, think about it. You're not really worshiping or putting power. Okay, so there's worship and power in the name, but there's no image. The only image is the cross. We're worshiping the thing that he suffered on and died on.
Yeah,
think about that. There any other culture that would pray to, or like, if you're thinking about Christ, instead of thinking about the fish and the loaf of bread or anything else, you think about the cross, which was one of the things that Romans were doing for hundreds of years before Jesus came, to crucify and kill people. Why are we praying to that? Or better yet, why is that a symbol? Or of course, that's he died and then he came back. But just think about that. Like, why would why they would? You know where I'm going, bro. I can't say the shit.
So I want to add this. Yeah, I always wanted to do a quick search. So just to tell people why, to y'all points, why they want to tap dance around it, because biblically speaking in scripture, it tells you exactly what he looks like in several scriptures. So Isaiah 53:2. Hold on. Okay. It's Isaiah I think it's 50. It's 50. It's Isaiah. So in Isaiah, it speaks to Christ being like a normal looking guy, right? So yeah, 53:2 it says he had no beauty or majesty to attract us to him, nothing in his appearance that we should desire him. So he was kind of ordinary looking. He wasn't this majestic wind hair flowing in the wind Christian bourgeois that we see, right? And then in Hebrews, it says, for it is clear that our Lord descended from Judah. So from the tribe of Judah, that's black people. Right? Now, if you can go into the prophetic symbolism, this is past the description of his birth. So in Revelations, it said he had hair and wool were like, no, I'm sorry, his head and hair were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were like blazing fire. His feet were bronze glowing in the furnace. So, and then I think Revelations has one, Luke. It's a couple of different scriptures, but all of them refer to him being black or a person of color. And this is why, like you said, when people say that Yahashua or even the Most High doesn't have a color, why they make that statement, or to your point, Josh, why they care more about symbolizing the cross or the fish versus his physical appearance, because now you have to reconcile how you are following a God that don't look like you and probably won't talking about you respectfully. Alan.
Thank you for that. Thank you. You landed that beautifully, man. Goddamn.
Nuts up, like, you know. I'm not going to say the last part, but I just personally believe he's not talking to a lot of people. There are 12 tribes for a reason. Yahashua, the Most High, it's in the book that we read or people peruse. Like, it tells you exactly who the Bible is for and what it means. And, pick it up, read it more respectfully. Yeah, we'll keep it there for now, man. Now, this one was interesting. I'm pretty sure that this is a Josh topic. This might be some junior shit too. I don't know which one of y'all did this, but this one freaked me the fuck out a little bit. So make sure y'all hit the like and subscribe. Likes, comments, share, subscribe, all the good stuff you're supposed to do on other people's YouTube channel. Do it here, show us the love. Let's get to this next one, man. The attack of the mushroom people. Let's go.
So there's this crazy mushroom that reliably makes you see tiny cartoon people. Not random stuff, specifically 2-centimeter tall humans marching around your actual environment and interacting with stuff. One professor in China described lifting his tablecloth during dinner to find hundreds of these little dudes marching like soldiers. When he lifted it higher, their heads stuck to the underside of the cloth while their bodies kept marching in place. What's even crazier is that people across totally different cultures report the exact same hallucination. Papua New Guinea, China, Philippines, different countries, different languages, but everyone sees the same tiny people doing similar things. That's way too oddly specific to be a coincidence. So scientists have analysed the mushroom and found 0 known psychoactive compounds. No psilocybin, nothing. So whatever chemical makes you see little people is completely unknown to science. Right now they're feeding it to mice trying to find out what the hell is in there. Interestingly, a 1700-year-old Chinese text mentions a flesh spirit mushroom that when eaten raw allows you to see a little person and attain transcendence immediately. So have humans been tripping on this throughout history? This mushroom was sold in markets for decades before scientists even identified the species in 2014. We still don't know how it works in 2025. Makes you wonder what else is out there just waiting for someone to notice.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
y'all got it.
Yeah. Human beings, we certainly do have a weird and a strange relationship with the mushroom. Like the scientific community, they're trying to find out why it is that like we kind of like up to a certain point we were very similar to the species around us. So they've been for a very long time trying to figure out what it was that caused us to take that step towards like their perceived consciousness and our like awareness of things that's a bit deeper than the other animals. Not from like a religious perspective, but like from a scientific perspective.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And outside of some of these like conspiracy theories, like extraterrestrials, or like some outside entity kind of affecting us as a species, they point to mushrooms. They're trying to tie together humanity's we were in a hunter gatherer phase, when we started consuming and accessing mushrooms in a regular basis toward the development of certain things like agriculture, mathematics, just from us turning to hunter gatherers to urban city dwellers.
Right.
There some interesting research out there about how mushrooms may have played a role in that. And it's
That's
crazy
crazy.
that everybody's having the same hallucination. I mean, you even hear
Right.
about the same things from there's a whole book on this, and it's not
Uh-huh.
just little people. It's like when people take shrooms and they start tripping,
Uh-huh.
um, all like there's like a lot of similar trips. And then they're starting to kind of classify them. Some of it is robotic elves. A lot of the people meet robotic elves. A lot of people in the billionaire class, when they start experimenting with drugs, or like a millionaire class, like when you're talking about like Aaron Rodgers when he's out there with the ayahuasca stuff. Uh, but I find it funny that the most powerful people, like Peter Thiel, Elon Musk, I think there's been evidence that there's like an entity that speaks to them, and it's kind of evil, and they always kind of tying it to what we would consider like an antichrist. But there's like this entity that speaks. And some says that a lot of the tech bros, that they have the same sort of trips as well, and they reach the same entity as well, and that's part of what inspired AI. I mean, think about it. Peter Thiel, a billionaire, I just saw in one of the papers that he was recently scheduled for an event at the Vatican where he was lecturing about the Antichrist. Yeah,
Hmm.
and which is also tied to some of these trips that people take when they're experimenting with shrooms and stuff like that. So it's just more examples that there's just more out there than what we know.
Yeah, I think
You know,
bored niggas getting high with money is dangerous for sure. That was the
which
point
is
of
yeah,
clubhouse.
which is why they shouldn't exist. There's too much power. It shouldn't be such thing as billionaires. But I don't,
In fact, but I did
another
find what
conversation.
was interesting, like not like no all just aside, what I did find interesting was that this particular species of shroom didn't have the psychoactive properties in it. Is it the
Well,
psychocillin?
that's known.
That's known.
Because like what he said was, and the thing was that there's no known thing. So basically,
Psychoactive,
it's just
yeah.
that we just don't know. Yeah, they're examining it. I'm pretty sure that when they continue to examine,
They'll
they'll
find
find
one.
out exactly the property. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Gotcha.
But the psychopath, I'm not psychopathic, but the properties of some of these shrooms and stuff that we do know of.
Yeah,
A lot of people are taking these trips off of these hallucinogens and stuff like that, and they're having the same types of visions.
that's crazy. You think that speaks more to one consciousness than it does the plant itself, or do you think that dot dot dot? Meaning, and I'm breaking down more, and we can pass it to Josh. Um, do you think that there's a one-mindedness in us all that has similar desires and under the same psychoactive drugs that it can trigger similar thoughts? Or do you think it's more of, do you think, all right, so my question, let me boil it down. Is it more man or mushroom that people are sharing visions?
Well, you can say, man,
More
the
man than mushroom?
mushroom. Yeah, the mushroom is just a tool. The mushroom is just a tool to
Okay.
open you up to get you in that right state of mind. But when I say man, though, it could be like these figures and stuff that they're seeing. It's what our brain. It's what our brain is interpreting as. Like the mechanical elves is what stands out to me. That was the first thing I researched and read about. That was like it was crazy.
Yeah.
Like people who have never met, don't know each other, and when they describe their experiences when they're tripping out on these psychedelics, it's the exact same entities. I think it's more so of the otherness. I think that there's something out there that's it's something that's there, and that the mushroom is just a
Okay.
tool for us to perceive it. It's something that's there outside of
Okay.
us. So
Gotcha.
like
I like
me and
that.
you, we could be different. Yeah, we're all of like one mind, like the Force or uh, you know the interconnectedness. You know, since we are all one, there's nothing that exists outside of like Spinoza's God. Yeah, it could be that, but I do think that there's like entities and there's things out there that we just don't know and that we just can't understand and that we just need help outside of our five senses. You know?
That's a fact. Shout out to Yaz, man. It's daddy daycare, man. Niggas is active daddies for real. Like, that's why I love my brothers. I know when I call them, string on them, I'm definitely gonna see him, my nieces and nephews. That is for shit, show, man. But we do this for y'all, man. We gonna keep kicking back. Josh, you had any thoughts on the video?
Hey, if y'all hear my boy, just my boy. But yeah, bro. Because I mean, I sort of shit. I fucks with the Shrone, bro. I fucks with the Travels, and to piggyback on what our oldest brother was saying, it's a tool, but you got to understand, bro. At one point in time, throughout the many stages of Earth, before it was even trees, it was big ass fucking 30 to 80-foot mushrooms. You know what I'm saying? And they just found out that different plants use and this is crazy as hell. It's like they use the mushroom almost like a computer.
Yeah.
So different plants can actually communicate with each other. So the fact that when people trip and they communicate with certain beings, I believe it. Now, have I communicated with certain beings? No. But but I do. I mean, oh man, how can I explain this?
All right, so fuck it. Let's stop being so scientific about this shit. I'm gonna ask you this out. What's the weirdest trip you niggas had, bro? Go. Your weirdest trip.
Go. Shit. I was at UNCG. This was probably the second time I tripped with my guy Steve and a couple of guys that was wrestling. And we had just came, like we were bar hopping. And I shit you not, I was driving because I was the only one that wasn't too drunk. But I think we were tripping probably off of like 5 to 6 grams apiece. But they were like drinking liquor and shit. I just stayed cool with the beer.
Yeah.
But I swear when I was driving, bro, the fucking stop sign grew legs and fucking ran across the street. I stopped the fucking car and parked and said, bro, I'm not driving no more. And that was when Steve hopped in the car and drove all us back to UNCG. That was not, and it won't even like I won't like tripping or like some shit like that, but like that was probably like I saw some shit that I know it won't fucking there in this reality. I know I'm fucked up. So you know what? Let somebody else drive, and I'll just sit in the passenger seat and just look at this crazy shit and not say nothing to nobody.
That's funny. That is funny. Hey, Mo, you got any crazy trip stories? What's your crazy trip? You need it.
I don't know. Me being muted is probably a sign. The first trip I ever went on, I was doing AIT, about at Aberdeen, up in Maryland. We got some shrooms, and I could see the words that were coming out of people's mouths. And they were like bubbles. It was like 3D graffiti whenever he spoke. And so it was like a room full of people, and everyone was speaking, and it was just like no space. I just remember like, yo, we were like about to like drown in words. So I went in the closet. That was it. That's the story. That's the story. There's too many words. It was too many words.
That is so funny shit. I think the worst trip I had was probably at State, where everything just was fucking melting. Like niggas' faces was like everything was just fucking melting, bro. And I was like, we gotta I was like, we gotta get some heat or some cool in this bitch because everything is melting. And niggas was like, yo, what the fuck are you on? Because see, that's the thing. I tripped with one set of the homies, and then we went somewhere else. So nobody else was tripping but me. And I was like, yeah, but everybody's melting. And I won't wilding, you know. So I was just like, y'all niggas are melting, bro. It's like, what the fuck is this nigga on? I was over to fuck with them white boys, you know what I'm saying? IFC, you know what I mean? Them niggas, bro. Shout out to the white experimental guys with a bunch of money, man. They had me.
Yeah, man. It was a stew. It was a stew. It was weird, you know.
Yeah,
and
man.
you know, it's
crazy. Nah, everybody was melting, nigga. That was like, yo, you tripping. But I think I said it so fucking casual. That's another thing, bro. Niggas have always told me, even when, you know, I be getting fucked up, they was like, bro, you don't really change much in your demeanor. So don't be knowing when I'm fucked up when I'm not. And I said it so casual, I was like, yeah, but y'all melting though. What the fuck? And they kept trying to talk around it, like, did I just say that shit? And I just kept saying it. I was like, nah, but you melting though. I was like, I know, man, but you know, it'd be hot. They was trying to justify the shit. I was like, no, but your face is melting. They was like, oh, this nigga's tripping. Literally. And I was like, yeah, probably. It's just shrooms. So I was trying to be cool, but nah, niggas was melting around me, bro. I was like, yeah, fuck this. I'm gonna stick to the lakes and the rivers I'm used to. My dose was probably fucked up now that I know more about, you know, shroom and intake, but y'all was just fucking crazy. Shout out to college times, man. But let's keep shifting gears, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, man. Let's get to the next video. Shout out to my bros, you know, making me a proud uncle. This is a dope video. I think we can all relate to this one. Real quick video, so I might play it twice. Let's go.
Why you crying?
I don't want you to leave.
You gotta go to work, man. That's what men do. You gonna be a man someday and you gonna be doing the same thing. Daddy don't want to go to work, but I gotta go to work. All right? When I get back, we'll do something. All right? Love you, boy.
Love you.
All right, go back in the house.
Hey, one more time. It's a real quick video. Let's run it back.
Why you crying?
I don't want you to leave.
You gotta go to work, man. That's what men do. You gonna be a man someday and you gonna be doing the same thing. Daddy don't want to go to work, but I gotta go to work. All right? When I get back, we'll do something. All right? Love you, boy.
Love you.
All right, go back in the house.
Yo, shout out to the go back in the house, bro. It definitely pulled at the heartstrings, bro. What y'all think, man? What y'all think, bro? Y'all on mute. Both y'all on mute.
Shit. That's what's up. You know?
That nigga said that's what's up.
Yeah. Yeah. You know?
That's funny.
I mean,
I wonder if it's because y'all got sons, y'all be like that, bro. Because I was watching it, I was like, damn, bro. Like, I don't think I'd have just told nigga, nah, go in the house, nigga. I'd be like, give me some dad. We'd have pounded or something. That nigga was like, yeah, love you. Go in the house, nigga. I said,
well, yeah,
God,
you know, and it's like you'll find yourself having to communicate to them like in that rough way because like you know that's how we were communicated to like you know with the aunts and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like to keep it a little rough with him because it's just in my opinion everything that's out there and everything that he'll be exposed to like you know like when he has his screen time, you know, or whenever he's just out and about. You know, I don't know if it's because there's like a drop in testosterone or whatever, but everything is so feminized.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
I mean, even in the video games that we play. I mean, you know, I was a huge fan of Cyberpunk, but I couldn't stand looking at my character in the mirror because he was just kind of okay, you know.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, every single thing, all of the like think about the shows that we grew up watching, like Nickelodeon and stuff. So we're gonna think past the Epstein stuff because yeah, that just ruined everything. So let's just take that portion out.
Okay.
Like I'm trying to think of a show. Um, what wasn't there a show one time when there was like two brothers that they were like they had the same name? Or no, not
Nigga,
Drake and Josh.
He-Man.
Huh?
He-Man, nigga.
He-Man?
That was the damnest shit ever. My bad.
Okay, yeah. We'll just go with He-Man. So like there are no more like testosterone driven like shows like like I'm the good guy, these are the bad guys, right? I'm gonna go and fight and good is gonna conquer evil. Nah, everything now is just about like colors and feelings and like even like the shows that we used to watch. um and we would look at some of the main characters in the show that were like little boys. Like wasn't it okay? There were like two brothers. One of them was older and the other one was younger. Then they had a friend that was he was like a dark skinned dude.
Oh, My Brother and Me.
Yeah, like My Brother and Me, right? The My Brother and Me. If for all the old heads who's familiar with that
That's a
show.
fire show. It's on YouTube, by the way. Check it out if you ain't watching. My Brother
Yes,
and Me. Shot in
My
Charlotte,
Brother.
North Carolina. Go ahead.
Yes. My Brother and Me will be a totally different show today, right?
That's a fact.
They wouldn't be as like those little boys. I mean, not trying to say that all little boys have to be like, "Arr," right?
Yeah.
But you can tell, hey, that's a little boy, rough and tumble, kind of high spirited and function and stuff like that. Well, my little brother and me today, like somebody would have like purple hair and they would be in an alternative lifestyle
I got you.
and the age range of like even middle school, even, you know.
So do you
Um,
think that the advice that the dad gave the son, do you think that was how it's supposed to be?
yeah, but the thing that I liked about it was the tonality of it too.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Facts.
what I'm talking about. And it's like that's the important thing we bring to the table. Because if you don't have that tonality, it's like they're
Mhm.
getting hit from mom, which is what they need, right?
Yeah, for
And-
sure.
But but that lies in like femininity. But they're also going to be getting hit from TV, and that's
Yeah.
more femininity. So it's like just that it's just a little bit of coldness of it all, like a little bit of harshness, because that's what it's going to be needed in order for them to prepare them for their journeys as they grow up. Because the I little dude go back in the house, you're gonna have to do it too. You know? Yeah, he cared about him and stuff, and it
Yeah.
was a like
Yeah.
good wholesome moment. But some people today on this internet will watch that, be like, oh my God, that's child abuse. How did he just send him away like that?
Yeah.
Everything is so soft. I
Yeah.
can't I
I
can't
kind of
describe
feel
it,
it,
bro.
like going out.
I can't describe
Luna.
it. Yeah, it's
You
uncle.
see
They're not
yourself,
Paw
Luna?
Patrol.
Hey,
Yo,
Luna.
what's good, Luna?
Yeah, say hey. Yeah, we gonna play Paw Patrol? Go play Paw Patrol.
Josh, what you think of video?
Man, run, run, run through the video again.
I got you. It's real quick.
Why you crying?
No, I don't want you to leave.
You gotta go to work, man. That's what men do. You gonna be a man someday and you gonna be doing the same thing. Daddy don't want to go to work, but I gotta go to work. Alright? When I get back, we'll do something. Alright? Love you, boy.
What are you?
Alright, go back in the house.
Yo.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's
go ahead, Josh. Yeah, I got new thoughts. That was fire. I had to watch that again. I appreciate that, Josh. What you think, bro?
that about sums it up right there. Harvey, relax. But yeah, that about sums it up. See this little kid running around with the damn dog. So I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like this, I man, I mean, you seeing me go to work every day. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So this is what you gonna have to do, man, whether you like it or not. Like, like sometimes it needs to be said. Sometimes a kid is so intuitive, you don't even got to say it.
Yeah. Hey, Scam, I'm
So
gonna tap in with you, bro. I want you on tomorrow's show if you free, man. I'll send you the link. But tap in with me, Scam. I think I still got your map, bro. If not, yeah, I'm gonna tap in with you, Scam, because I would love your perspective on this show we do tomorrow. But yo, one thing I noticed on the playback of that video is a few things. I love the obedience of the son. I missed it the first time. So he paid attention to the instruction, he got the context, and although he was sad, he still left. Right? I like the tone of the daddy to where he didn't placate to the feelings to the point to where he
Yeah.
validated them. He acknowledged them, and then he gave the context, and he was like, all right, go in the house. Now, we can, I doubt I'll be available. Okay, for sure. I got you, Scam. I'll drop the link tomorrow just to make sure, see if you're free, man. I fuck with Scam, man. He, like I said, Scam, like, he's one of them solid brothers where he'll pop up. He always showing love, man. But I love his perspective on these topics. I think it'll be dope tomorrow. But anyway, I love the fact, like I said, that the father gave context. There was an acknowledgement. He even asked him, right? And see, this is the part that we miss. And the scene in the room you're looking at, it's easy to miss, right? He asked him, why are you crying? Now the son has to not only, you can't stay in the feeling of crying because now you got to explain it, right? So instantly the son had to give an explanation as to why you're crying. Then I'm going to correct it and tell you the context of the why I have to leave. Then I'm going to tell you this is a template for you to follow later on in life, that you might have to do things you don't want to. And after the correction, it was, all right, now go on. You know what I mean? Like you said, a lot of people, to your point, Mo, a lot of people would see that just 30-second clip and think he was harsh. But I think as men, we understand, why it has to be done that way in that context. So I think there's a lot more soft skills in that than most people get that video credit for.
Yeah. Like I said, bro,
Yeah.
when you get the chance, like go to YouTube Kids, man, just to browse and like look at like think it's like a little boy and like look at some of the pages where like the main character, like it's like a little boy's page, like playing with toys or something like that, or like a show where like one of the main characters is like a little man. It's just everything is just so feminized now, man. They're even using it's like I have to block some of them joints. Nothing against it, but I just don't think it's the time to introduce like concepts at such a young age. But they will feature some of the parents that run these kids YouTube channels. They will feature a little boy in a dress acting as if it's a little girl, and you can tell, the kid can't. And then like the next scene, that same kid is dressed like more so of a little boy. Man, I feel like it's all to kind of confuse you. I think they're trying to like make it so that the distinct differences of male and female are different.
More androgynous.
Yeah. Yes, everything is androgynous, and it's just I just don't think that that's the time to introduce those types of concepts. It has to be black and white. It has to be girl and boy because like it has to be a foundation, And then they can make those own decisions as they mature and they learn more about it. It's like they're too aggressive,
Yeah.
Chill, kindergartners. What are we doing?
Yeah. And I will say, what's funny is like, I think like with me only having a daughter and being what they call them girl dads and shit now, what's crazy is that I still have to remain in frame, if that makes sense. Because although I don't have a son, my daughter's still watching me to get her first real encounter of the comings and going of a man, right? So I do think that that's a part of fathers being present that's actually dope, is that your kids, whether you have a boy or a girl, they have a better baseline of natural masculinity, where it's not rah, tough. Because again, I know, again, with y'all, with my nieces and nephews, they get to see the range of emotion of a man on a day-to-day, right? So they at least have a baseline of whether that's something they're going to pick up on, if it's my nephews or my nieces, to see the baseline of a man coming and going in daily life. So what it does is it creates a realistic template that they can follow and look when they start dating both genders. You feel me? So I think that, I think a common misconception is that black men that are male dads to daughters, that we have to somehow soften ourselves up. And I think the exact opposite is true, right? So a lot of times it's like my daughter needs to see me just chilling to where I'm not, and being more soft because she's a girl. I'm not saying I rough house with her, but I talk to her like I'm talking to y'all. Nothing changes because she's my daughter, right? But she's also intelligent enough to where we can exchange back and forth, and it's cool. But I think and I noticed that, and I think y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. It's almost like when you have kids, they become your 24/7 audience. They're always watching you, whether you want them to whether you don't. And I know y'all kind of side eye me. It's like they're watching me now. You know what I mean? And be the most inopportune times when you ain't doing nothing but existing, right? So I do think, like you said, bro, that just the presence gives them a solid baseline of what fathers should look like in men. I'll land it because I don't want to stretch the point out too much. What y'all think? I'm on to something. I'm a little off.
Nah.
For sure.
Okay.
You know,
Spot on.
just existing. I'm not even like existing in a way that's purposeful. Like, you know, it can't all be purposeful. I mean,
All
even
the
the
time.
most
Right.
diligent of us like have to have some downtime. I mean, even diligence
Mhm.
takes some mental energy, and you have to rest.
That's a
So you
fact.
know, it's not like about you being around and being, you know, like just thinking about, well, how am I being around? Just don't think about that. Just be around. You know,
Yeah, because
just
I think
allow
that
for
is, that's a natural baseline, bro. And I think that
it.
I think what's going to happen, y'all, is that the next generation of like our kids, when they become of dating age, because we are so present, that the women of the next generation, they'll have a better baseline for the nuances of men. I think a lot of women that were deprived of that from being, based on how they grew up, is they have to learn men while they date them. So you don't know what I'm just chilling or nothing looks like because you didn't physically see daddy doing nothing and know that that man genuinely means nothing, because that's what a nothing looks like for a man. Our kids are seeing that day to day. Your sons, right? They get to see, the good, bad, and indifference of existing and cohabitating with the woman, you know what I'm saying, that's their mother. So they understand dynamics better because they don't have to guess no more. You're there. And if they got questions, they ask. And we know all our kids at age where they ask every fucking thing. And sometimes the questions be silly as hell, and other times it's literally they just trying to understand why you doing what you're doing right now. What's going on with you?
Yeah, I
You
don't,
feel?
yeah, I don't really think of it in terms of like who she's dating. You know, I got one that's college age now. She's a freshman in college.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I prefer not to think in that way. I just, are you smart? Do you got sense? You know, just have some common
Yeah.
fucking sense, man, and just do things that's just in your best interest. And like all that other stuff, like work itself out as far as like who they choose to be with, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to say that. I don't know. I just don't like. Yeah, it's uncle. Yeah, that's him. I just, yeah, I just don't like to. I don't even like to think about it. Yeah, that's my keys, big dog. I just don't like to think about that, bro.
Yeah.
She knows when she gets to talking about somebody that she, finds cute and stuff like that. I'm like, ew, just don't go into details. Just like, ugh, I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit. But tell me a story about like what this person did, and as far as like the social aspects of it, as far as like reading the room aspect of it, but don't go into detail about like how much of a man he is. I don't want to hear that shit.
I'm gonna keep it tall, bro. I
Nothing
think,
gross.
yeah,
That's your business. Just don't be dumb.
that's funny as shit. I think I'm the exact opposite, bro. Like, I think I wanna like, as my daughter's dating, I'm curious to see, like you said, what she bring home, pick bro mind. Because in my mind, I'm like, I'm gonna make this little nigga a mentor while he here. I'm not even gonna say he gonna stay because I ain't got shit to do with that part, right? Like, that's another false equivalency. I'm not here to cock the shotgun. What the fuck you gonna do, little nigga? Because he got parents that love him too. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not trying to scare motherfuckers, right? But I do, like, I want to lean into the whole who she dating. You know what I'm saying? Who she brings around, because I know there's a difference between who they'll talk to versus who comes home on a holiday or who will drive up. Like, that's two different calibers of guys, right? So I think my disposition will be very transparent, very respectful though. You know what I'm saying? Because my daughter chose you, but also very vigilant and being observant, hyper observant. You know what I'm saying? So I think that everybody gonna start respect. We're gonna keep it cool and copacetic, and we'll go from there. You know what I mean? But I'll be very honest with bro. But I would be curious, like you said, to see where he at with life, where his brain is at, where he going and shit. Try to.
Well, let me ask you. Well, let me ask you a question then. Like, as
What's up?
a girl dad, we both girl dads, and I'm really
Yeah.
curious to pick your brain about this.
Yeah, for sure.
So we know from a human being perspective that it's like people like the household is the most effective when like like the man is the lead and if the woman is playing that more supportive role to support him and doing everything. But where does it come in at? Like, 'cause, like there's just so much vulnerability and there's just so much surrendering yourself as a woman when you kind of taking it and putting it into your hands. And I know we'll say things like, well, you got to have enough sense to choose right. But, hey, some people are so dishonest that they'll even have your food. So it's like, where's that balance to whereas, yeah, I want you to function in a successful household,
Yeah.
but at the same time, though, it's like, I want you to be self-reliant, just as self-reliant as me. You know, like I don't, I kind of get a little uncomfortable, even though I know that that's the proven way, the right way, so to speak.
Yeah.
But man, that's a lot of trust that I'm asking someone that I love to put into someone else that's just a total stranger. It's like, where's that line? Like
Perfect.
where you're like
That
your
is
own
a
self-interest makes shit
uh-huh.
work for you. You know.
You know what you do, bro? And that's I'm glad you asked that. That's dope because it's girl dads. We're gonna go through this shit, bro. And I'm about like you. Like I said, I plan on teaching my daughter because my daughter's 6. Like I said, niece, she like 19 now, right? College, right? So there's an age gap there. But what I would do 13 years from now, my daughter will be very self-sufficient, like you made my niece. I think that how I would glean into it is the things you've taught her that's made her independent. If she chooses a man that don't have them skills, have her redirect him to you, right? So if she see like let's say she breaks down, car breakdown, she knows how to change the tire and she's walking this nigga through it because he just haven't done it yet. As an opposer saying he's a bad nigga, it might be, yo, once we get back on the road, because they might have called AAA, yo, I'm gonna take you around my pop. My pops can show you what he's shown me. And I think that that's got to be our role, bro. Is to your point earlier, we know that there's a feminization that happens with media. And so you were there to correct your daughter. You don't know what man she brings home, where he been at with the shit, right? We don't know how he was raised, what he learned, what he didn't learn, because even the male presence don't mean shit if the daddy there didn't teach you anything, if he just existed. So there's 2 parts we play as men. We exist and we teach and we guide, right? So I think what I would do, bro, at your age is when she finds somebody interesting and he is of lack, I would direct her to bring him to you. You feel me? Because even if he don't stay with Kamari, right? This man is still in deficit. He just happened to run across a nigga that knows, right? And so whether they stay together or not, inconsequential, he still need that life skill. So if that nigga's lacking and we know Kamari knows, I'll be like, yo, Kamari, if he on some shit that he just don't know, just send him to me. Let me correct it. You know what I mean? And I think that that's got to be the way to be done, because whether you like the nigga or not, Kamari is a good judge of character. So if she picked the nigga, it's something about him that's worth the fuck. Because if not, he wouldn't be in your face anyway, right? So I think that I would probably use that opportunity where the nigga might be lacking, but good luck convincing Kamari that that's not it. You know what I mean? That's how I would probably approach it.
But see, you've always been more of a community guy than I am, bro. I ain't teaching niggas shit.
What not?
Get the fuck out of my face. You want me to change my daughter's tire? Give me $20, motherfucker. Give me that. Stop.
You on mute, brother.
I ain't teaching motherfucker shit. Get the fuck out of my face, bro.
Hold on, time out. So she brought Josh. What you think? I know you ain't a girl dad, but bro, what do you think, bro? Luke is wild right now. Shout out to Luke, bro. What do you think?
I mean, I ain't gonna front. I mean, I see it from both sides. On one side, you get the You get to instill what you want around your daughter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But on the other side, it's like I don't want to mess around and teach you some good shit, and you take it, and shit don't work out between y'all, and you take it, and you use it on the, you know what I'm saying, on the next jump, it'd be the perfect jump. Like, I want to take your goddamn head off. Like,
That's
but again, like you said, I'm not a father
to a
of a
daughter.
daughter, so and that's
You know.
probably a good reason why, because
Y'all niggas is wildin',
like
bro. Like
I don't, I don't, like, nah, bro. Like,
you more with Junior like fuck him. That's crazy, bro.
bro, I ain't
I
gonna
ain't
front,
keeping it
bro.
real.
If it was up to me, bro, just I would just dealing with boys is just, I think, will be a little easier, because with the girls, either I would be real strict or I would be so goddamn lenient. I'll be a fucking pushover. Even if they knew I was with the shits.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that's my daddy. He ain't gonna do nothing. Like, shut the hell up. Like, even that ain't going even me saying shut the hell up to them won't mean nothing. so,
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I
so
mean,
it's
you
like,
can't help it, bro. You gonna be mushy with a little girl. You can't help this shit. Just know, like, Layla now at 6, she understands that daddy has tones, right? She knows that. And I'm definitely not parenting with a big hand, but I will say when she gets to be Kamari age, where she's in college and stuff, bro, I think that the lesson will be, if you chose them for a reason. Whether you stay with them or not is inconsequential to me. But if there's skills he's lacking that I know I had to teach you, I'd rather you bring them to me, because he has to know. You know what I'm saying? Like, whether he stays with her or not, I don't even care about that either. Because at a man that's at the age that they will be at, you're old enough to where you should know this. I ain't gonna penalize you because you don't. But if while my daughter's at college, she under your care, I need you to know this shit. So it actually benefits me, and it's my best interest to make sure you're up to par in areas you're not. And it ain't gonna make you feel bad for the shit neither. Right? If Layla hit me one day, be like, yeah, Dad, I was like, well, shit, what happened? No, we had a flat tire. Okay. Did he change it? Did he know how to? No, we had to call AAA. I bet. Next time y'all come over, I'm gonna pull them to the side. I'm gonna get them right, type shit. You feel me? Because now I'm gonna start picking your brain as the guy my daughter chose, and now I gotta bring you up to speed as much as possible without making you feel like lesser than a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna son him because that's not my child, right? But I will fill in the gaps just because I know that it's needed, whether you stay with my daughter or not. And I think that the hardest other part too, Big Bro more on mute. But I think another thing too is this is gonna be the hardest part for me, Josh. I think when Layla gets of dating age, calling it down the middle is gonna be imperative to her having better relationship skills. Although that's my daughter and I love her, and y'all know what we'll do for my daughter, your niece, and what y'all know we do for our nieces and nephews. You know how we give it up for the bloodline, but also keeping it impartial enough to where we're not crippling them because of our protection. Like, it's got to be a healthy medium in between that shit for me, bro. We gotta be able to call them on their shit. So if nephew hit me like, well, that hey did that, like, yo, listen, man, yeah, definitely, yeah, you have time to prepare. That's a fat scam. I definitely have to be mindful when the nieces and nephews hit us to where we not leading them astray because we'll kill, die, and do everything for them, right? So that's a balance in that. But making sure we correcting them so the world don't have to. You know what I mean? That's why I be sitting with the shit. What y'all think?
nah, I'm with you. Like, I want you to be so good to where you don't even put me in situations like that.
Exactly.
Like, son or daughter.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you have a son out here moving real wild and reckless. Like, bro, these little girls you diddling and two timing, they got parents out here that love them. They got siblings
Exactly.
out here that love them. They got family. Like, you, like, what the hell is wrong with you type shit. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like I said, that shit right there is like a double edged knife, man. And
It's a fact.
it, you gotta. you gotta nip it in the bud right when it happened. You can't wait until the goddamn kid is a fucking sophomore, junior in
Right.
fucking high school trying to correct some shit. Like, it's
Right.
like, bro, you good luck.
Mhm.
Like, you should have nipped that in the bud when you saw that shit like way early on in elementary school.
That's a fact. And I'll say this,
I
bro.
feel you.
Go ahead. What you got, Mo? I'll go after you,
Uh,
bro.
oh no, it's just that with me and my oldest daughter, we just kind of have I think we've hit a pocket. I think that like because she critically thinks that she's smart or whatever,
Yeah.
it's like a she'll kind of take like a situational things that are going on, and to get my take on it. And then I'll give her my take, and then she goes from there because there's just a level of trust there. Like,
That's
well,
a fact.
like well, okay, so this was scenario, and it kind of made my antennas perk up. What does it mean that this person said this and this person felt that? Like, what would be the perspective? Why would they say that, or why would they feel that way? And I just kind of give her my perspective as someone who was a male at that age.
Right.
And I just try to keep it as neutral as possible. I mean, because it's like I don't want to sully it with, yeah, I'm giving you my opinion, but it's just I want to be a bit clinical about it so that I can just give you the most accurate type of information that I can.
I like it. That
Like
makes sense.
if the person hasn't introduced you to this yet, or this person reacted that way, it could mean this, or it could mean that, or they may not be being honest with you. It's this, or hey, that sounds like a stand-up guy. You're kind of overreacting.
Right.
It's kind of like a scenario-based sort of situation. We kind of skip that whole, oh my God, I think they so cute. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't fucking come to, you know what I'm saying? I don't, you know. Did you make an A? And stay safe. What the hell? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm looking at my location. You know what I'm saying? You're not in the dorms. Where the hell you at? It's
Fact.
Saturday. You know what I mean?
I like I like it. That's dope, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, man. Real talk with the bros, man. We turn it up. We got 3 more videos to get through, fellas, man. This one is a little more back into the earth with it. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was interesting. I forgot which one of y'all put this up here. But let's see what outside currently looks like in 30 seconds. And
you ain't there to talk to no women. You ain't there to walk on the beach. You ain't there to listen to music, have fun, and dance. You just there clutching, because you got problems you done created for yourself in your own personal time. Now you coming to the beach, clutching, because you feel like somebody gonna do something to you, or you just doing it to look cool, whether the ski mask at the beach. But my feet will be in that water, talking to women on the beach side. But you can't relax, because these niggas are...
What you think, bro? They at the beach clutching, y'all.
I ain't gonna front, yo. I was the one to share that shit, bro, and I shared that shit because niggas like that is the reason why I hardly go out and I don't even enjoy myself. Like even when I'm out, especially with my family, bro, like my antennas are out and just alert because you got ignorant ass niggas like that.
Okay.
Like I mean, not like the dude talking, like,
No,
but
yeah,
the
like
guys
video.
he was describing,
Yeah,
like again, like bro, we at a beach, bro. The water's blue. You know what I'm saying? There's beautiful women walking around, like you know what I'm saying. Or if you ain't even about that, you can just like, bro, just the view is nice.
yeah,
Why you sitting here walking around and your goddamn pistol, what you know what I'm saying, just hanging out, and you sitting here with ski mask up in this 92 degrees, bro. Like
yeah,
this ain't like, bro, chill, bro. Like get the fuck on. Like you fucking up the scenery.
yeah.
You fucking
You
up
know
the
what?
vibe.
That's a fact. I'll let Big Motor go and I'll get my take. What you think about it, bro? That was fire, Josh. I
Yeah,
got
man.
20 of them. Think, bro.
Yeah, man, and definitely from the perspective of someone who's probably in his age range, like probably now, in my more mature mind, I'm thinking of like the scenery and the peace and the calm that's just being interrupted by your actions or whatever. But let's say I'm like back in his age range. If I'm out at somebody's
I like
beach and I'm walking around, like Chloe is, um, I'm looking at bitches. I'm looking at women. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to see what's up. I mean, because in your 20s and your late teens, that's all that's on your mind, right?
Yeah.
So I just think that somewhere down the line, that particular young man, he's just not very good with women. I think people like that are like incels because of the separateness that like social media and stuff has created, and just people just aren't skillful. Or they're just not very skilled at being social, is what they used to be.
Yeah.
So what he's gonna try to do is, well, oh man, the thing, because this rapper or that rapper or this tough guy in this movie or that tough guy in that movie, it's like, if I'm tough, and if I'm like a caveman alpha or whatever, maybe I can kind of overcome my social shortcomings by wilding out and showing out. And if I'm the toughest, maybe somehow a girl speak to me, maybe I can finally get some cheeks. It's
Right.
lame. You out there, what I'm saying? So you can't get no bitches, but you gonna fuck it up for everybody else. Why you there for with all your homies? You know what I'm saying? It's like your homies ain't got like some contact of y'all ain't doing like a 2-man or a 3-man. It's like
Yeah,
you
that's
fucking
fine.
incel. Go
You
sit
good?
down,
You
bro.
good, bro. Yeah, you straight keep cooking. My bad. I was messing with
Oh
my
no, you good. My bad.
No, you good. You good. Yo, I agree wholeheartedly, 1,000%, man. Like,
Yeah, you don't know how to talk to girls.
yeah, bro. These YNs, bro, their social skills are lacking in a wild way. And I will say that even on the other side, I think that women out of pocket in their own right too. But like you said, bro, setting matters. And I'm gonna give y'all an example. So I like how you brought in the age part because context matters. But even at our age, although we were still dangerous and doing what we was doing, we was always aware. Shout out to Mom Dukes and the unks and family that, we were always situation aware of things, right? So we never had that much fun when we wasn't aware. But we also knew setting matters, right? And I was in Sheets, and it was like 3, 4 in the morning. I was going to work, and I think I was in there for some coffee that morning, and it was me and about 2 or 3 guys my age. Lil YN shows up, pants sagging typical. He goes to the little ordering thing, and he's placing his order, and his pistol fell out. And I was like, what type of pistol is that? He was like, I don't know. And I was like, it's normally engraved on the side. And he read it to me. I was like, how many is in your chamber? So I just started quizzing him about his weapon, right? And again, the other guys, they saw it, and what was crazy was all of us was holding. I was holding, the 2, 3 other gentlemen. All of us was packing, but nobody clutched because we knew that he's young and he just don't know no better. Now, granted, I talked to him, I was like, listen, man, if you're going to carry, I started telling him, like, just little ways. I was like, bro, that's super dangerous. You have a safety on the weapon. It's a safety on. You know where you at. Why you out here with it? And I start, just kind of running down. I was like, yo, and again, I won't disrespectful to him because I wouldn't approach nobody that way because I ain't no bro, right? But before it was over, when he got us to the left, the other guys was like, I'm glad you did that because had this shit went left, we'd have sent him. The other gentleman, because we was all going to work, right? He was just young and out and about, but it just showed me and taught me that they just don't know, bro. And unfortunately, like you said, if you want to go on a vacation with your family, they there too. Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that the smartest of us are aware that we're always prepared for it, but that's not our intention when we go. You know what I mean? Like we know stuff that where we don't sit with our backs to doors. I think that's something that, what's crazy, y'all? As I get older, I start just seeing people and giving them kind correction. That's what I call it. Like every time I walk to a restaurant, it's a YN there. Like, what's up, bro? Blah, blah, blah. And I whisper in his ear, yo, don't have your back to the door, bro. You can't see who's coming in. Y'all be easy though. You feel me? Like just a little small, like when I see it, I can't help myself, bro. Like it's almost like I know you don't fucking know. I'm not even here to I don't want to judge why you don't know, but you're at the age where you should know this shit. And so I find myself doing that more. I call it kind correction. And I pick my spots, so I ain't stupid, right? But you just be surprised at what people don't know or haven't been told. Like I'm teaching my daughter, been teaching her since like 3 or 4, that daddy walks closer to the street and you walk on the inside of me.
Yep.
Simple shit like that, to where that's gonna be normal. So even if she got a guy that don't know, she's gonna naturally walk on this instep. Because that's how I walk with her. Everywhere type shit. So I don't know, bro. It's a weird time, but I do think that that's fucking crazy that you at Daytona Beach in Florida, mean mugging and all black, clutching for fucking what, bro?
Yeah, why are you even going if you're not trying to get girls?
What you there
What's the
for?
point?
You
At that
just can't
age.
swim. You know what I mean? Like, you can't swim. Like, bro, what are you doing? Respectfully. But yeah, that video, I was like, yeah, that's fucking crazy. Solid takes, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. We got 2 more of these things to go, man, and we're gonna wrap it up. This next one was super interesting. Again, it's still following this fatherhood thing. Let me know what y'all think about this, fellas.
Did you think you could beat her?
I know I can beat her.
You know you can beat her. Very confident.
I'm very confident.
You say it so easily. Why?
Because I believe it.
Cut right here, if you don't mind. And let me tell you what. What she has said, she said it with so much confidence the first time. But if you keep going on and on,
Listen, we can't keep interrupting. I mean, if you want...
You got to understand that you're dealing with an image of a 14-year-old child. And this child gonna be out there playing when your old ass and me gonna be in the grave. When she says something, we done told you what's happening. You're dealing with a little black kid, and let her be a kid. She done answered it with a lot of confidence. Leave that alone.
What y'all think?
Shit. I mean, that right there, even when you look at the media, bro, that shit still happens, and it's like just with when it's white, it's confidence, but when it's black, it's arrogance.
Talk that talk. Talk that talk.
You know, like that's it. Just that's what I'm saying. That's where I'm gonna land it.
Okay.
Like
solid.
And what's messed up is the fact that you won't even let a kid be a kid and just enjoy it. You're already gonna try to envelop them and dirty them up with your fucking politics. You know what I'm saying? Like before the game, she don't know nothing about the interviewing and the etiquette and all of that. But of course, you ain't gonna show a child no fucking mercy, a black kid.
Yep.
So yeah, that father did exactly what he had to. Was he? Oh, what was he overhanded? Yeah, because he had to be.
Facts. That part. Yeah, super necessary, bro.
But
got,
yeah, that's it.
No,
that was dope.
Uncle's talking.
No, I'm.
With the truth. What you got, Big Mo?
Exactly. And the thing that will piss you off is just individuals like that who are snaky. He looked like he could be a member of them folks.
No,
Yes, baby.
No, Uncle.
Yes, I'm talking about. Go sit down.
No,
Hold on.
Yeah. So I think that like you said, bro, I love the fact that I think that was Serena. After she gave the answer, her father ejected, she started playing with her nails because she knew what time it was. You know what I mean? That was dope to me. You know what I mean? Is that she understood that I'm protected in a way most people don't know. And my pops ain't gonna let you play with me. You got me fucked up. You know what I mean? And again, like you said, it's almost as if he didn't even understand where the confidence was coming from because you ain't never seen that, ain't been a part of that. The reason why her daddy is stepping in because nigga, she trained to go, dog. They put in pain on that tennis court. That's why she talking this shit. It ain't because it's false bravado. That's what black people do. No, nigga, that girl, she was trained to go.
Yeah.
The cups tell us she been trained to go. The titles let us know. Serena trained to go. So why the fuck would she be afraid at that young of an age? Nigga, that's life. Afraid of what? Why? And I find that as us being daddies and shit and being with our old ladies, just like, bro, we got to constantly as black men with the women in our lives, bro, no matter the role, we got to step in and be those levels of protectors and refill those cups, because at every fucking chance, every stop, every play, there's somebody trying to fucking poke a hole in all that you poured into the women that you love. There's always somebody that poking a hole of doubt, sowing seeds of doubt, knocking them off their pivot. And again, these are the times when niggas, I love the fact that her daddy barked on the nigga. Boy, you got me fucked up. We're not doing that. She will be great long after we both in the grave. And I was like, that's a bar, because that actually happened exactly how he said it would. Oh, man.
Yeah, and I think that stuff like that is done by design.
Yeah.
I think that that guy probably has been interviewing, and so he has like an inside track on like who the champions and stuff are. And so what he was trying to do was his role in the particular system is to, like you said, sow that seed of doubt. The match hadn't actually started when it was on the court. The match has actually begun right now doing this interview, because he is like an agent and he's trying to get in her head. And it's just, that's the sort of things that like our children, they're children of color, and that's one of the things that they're up against. They're not just that reporter, they're also their teachers. They're also their coaches.
Talk that shit.
When I get out on the workforce, it's like, they're also, it's like, well, are you sure? And it's just, they try to get inside your head to try to, for self-doubt. And it's not always just because they have your child's best intentions in heart in mind. It's just because, hey, to some people, your child, as smart as they are, they may be considered a threat. So they have to do these little things, have these little conversations while you're at work and they're in the classroom in order to take them down a peg or two.
Talk that shit, bro.
And then now what happens is the gaslight. So now he's like, oh my God, you're just going to continue to interrupt me. And honestly, when he was still alive, he was kind of known as that type of overreaching dad and someone who's difficult to work with. That's the gaslighting. They're trying to get in his head too. Hey, don't be so aggressive when you're protecting the mentality of your kid. You're just overreacting. I'm just a reporter. I'm not, I don't have a dog in this, in this fight. It's just all about subterfuge. And I think even more so than him interrupting the reporter in the moment, I just think that it's just more impressive that he's kind of built her up to be mentally strong.
Yeah.
So that even if he's not around and someone tries to do that, it won't affect her in any way.
Bars, solid take. I appreciate it. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Before I get into the last video, we're gonna drop some more juice on y'all. Let's break it up of the monotony of life and juice, because it's been a dope episode, man. First off, I appreciate love all y'all brothers, man. Y'all, I look forward to Wednesdays now with y'all, man. Like, this shit is fun, it's therapeutic. So shout out to y'all, shout out to my nieces and nephews, my daughter, man. This is fire shit. But we're gonna lighten the mood a little bit, man. Shout out to Josh. Hey, this the last one I grabbed from, because you went on a roll. This nigga sent like 10 wild videos in a row, and I've been laughing my ass off. I was like, yo, let me get this one in for the public. So enjoy, y'all. Before we got this one and then one more video. Let's go.
I'm pronouncing your name right, Fat?
So are you referring to me?
Yes.
Oh, my name is Derek.
Well, it says I'm gonna change your name.
What does it say?
It says Fat.
Oh, damn. My son was playing on my computer. That's probably why.
It says his name's Derek on my screen.
Does it really?
Yeah. Yeah, it's Derek.
I'm gonna change it. Derek.
My son plays on my computer sometimes.
Bonnie wasn't a fan of that.
I'm a real estate agent. I do international real estate right now. I'm currently in Thailand right now. For me, it's 7:46 in the morning.
Wow.
So I'm joining in pretty early. Yeah, and
We need to finalize the Q4 projections by Friday. Make sure your departments have revenue forecasts ready. Use the meeting AI for visual notes. Where are you, Sam?
Right here.
suggestions about moving paragraphs around even. Did you guys just see Tyler get kidnapped?
We want to make sure that you have our experts in kind of your discipline. Okay, so what highest?
What's up?
Are you, can you please not eat during our interview?
I'm not eating.
Okay. Because, I mean, this is a serious interview, so if you're not prepared to be serious during the interview, then we can't conduct this interview.
Oh, no, I'm good. I'm not eating.
Okay, are you prepared to continue the interview?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So what is your highest? All right, sir, we're going to end this interview.
I'm not eating. I'm just...
Their number, I would recommend you give them a quick call and then they can...
come on!
Who's that? We need to...
I think Q4 is going to be even bigger for us. Yeah, Frank, do you have those projections for Q3? Yeah, let me pull them up right here real quick. I'll pull them up at you. Oh, my brakes! Hey, Frank, are you okay, man? Oh, my brakes! Oh, my brakes!
Yo, shout out to the Zoom, bro.
Oh, shit.
Yo, that shit had us fucked up, man. Niggas was wilding on Zoom, bro. Like, when motherfuckers got a chance to actually work at home, we have fucked up. Yo, that sickness fucked all of us up as a people, bro.
The last one, yo, when he's yelling, "Oh shit, my brakes, bro!" I hope I'm never in a situation like driving trucks, knowing like, yo, bro, I hope that God forbid if I am, that I'm not on a Zoom or on a call, yes, on video call.
Nigga. We have fucked up that, yo, that thing, y'all know what I'm talking about, bro. That C-19, we have fucked up everybody that ever could have went into the age of work from home. We have made it so that HR managers don't believe shit. We be like, we're gonna work from home. They be like, get the fuck out of here. You niggas was wildin', bro. We was fucking up, bro. We fucked up, nigga. Like you said, bro, skits, nigga, brother has so many. It just be random shit, bro. Like, I don't know, man, but that was funny as shit, bro. Them Zoom calls, man.
That last one, bro, I swear, bro, I was laughing, bro. Oh my God, bro. That's what, bro, it just...
Nah, that nigga in the interview chewing, bro, he's done that multiple times.
Yeah, I've seen a few of his.
Yeah, it's like this nigga will sign up for actual job interviews and just be fucking with them people, bro. And they normally try to get through it, but I was like, man, this shit terrible, bro. Niggas done fucked up everything, bro.
Shit.
Shout out to the Zoom, man. Zoom, not Zoom, though. Okay. Last video for the show, man. I thought this was interesting. I was talking to one of the young homies about this the other day, man. But we'll get into this one with Fletcher Cox. Let me see what y'all think, bro. Who you gonna call?
911, where's the emergency? I got somebody trying to break in my house, and I'm about to blow his brains out right now. Any idea who it is? I don't. He busted my door, part of my door out, and I have a shotgun. If you come in the house, I'm gonna blow his brains out. All right, hold on. Let me get the police on the phone. Hold on, please. What's your name, sir? Fletcher Cox. Hurry up. Right now. I have a 911 transfer. I got Fletcher Cox on the line. He's advising that somebody's attempted to break into his house. He's armed with a shotgun. Do you hear this? Do you hear it? I swear to you, got about 30 seconds. Mr. Cox, can you get somewhere where you're secure? I am secure, but I have my shotgun. I swear to God, he's busting every window out of my house right now.
Sir, is there anywhere you can go?
If you walk in my house, listen, he walks in the house. She walks in the house. You have to hurry up.
I have officers on the way.
Like a lot of them.
There's multiple people? Sir, sir.
Hurry up. Do you hear this?
Sir, they're on their way. Is there any way you can lock yourself in a room?
I'm gonna stand in my door if you come in my house. I mean, I'm telling you right now, my gun is on safety, and I'm gonna blow his brains out. Now he's outside damaging her car. I mean, I've got cameras.
Do you see anybody outside, sir?
Police?
No, sir.
No, he's outside.
There's one.
Leaving right now.
Okay, he's getting in his car. What type of vehicle is he getting in?
What kind of car he got, Casey? A black Porsche.
Okay, let me know which direction he's headed in.
County 1619. Who's getting into a black?
Now he's breaking into her car.
Okay, sir, you see him still in the driveway?
Yes, he's about to pull off right now.
Okay, let me know what direction he heads in.
He went down to the end of the cul-de-sac to turn around.
5-8, where are you at?
Like, he's legit leaving.
Okay, which way is he going?
He's going out to the neighborhood. He made it right going towards Powtown, towards the Missions Road.
Okay, I have an officer in the area. Do you have any idea who it might be?
Casey, what's his name? Corbin is his name.
What's his name?
Corbin.
Corbin? Do you know what Corbin's last name is?
Nima.
County 16, 538, which way ahead?
Okay, sir, I do have all.
Okay, I heard enough.
Damn.
Thoughts? I'm gonna wait. Thoughts? Y'all go first.
I wouldn't have called. I don't know why I wouldn't have called in. Because it's like, the way the system is set up and everything, and not only that, but like, you're a brother, and you got money. So like a lot of people in that system, that you just tapped into, they're kind of pissed off about that anyway. There's water on the floor. I'm gonna clean it up. So they could try to use that. They could try to use that against him, even if you had to shoot the dude, because they would have been like, "Oh well, you had intent." So we're gonna give you, we get him tomorrow. It's like you had intent, so we're gonna even give you more time. I mean, I know that we have the benefit of living in the South, and with that castle doctrine and everything, we blow your fucking head off. But it's like, I don't know. I felt like it's a shame that there's some people who get to enjoy society and the protections that's built within. But we, especially as people of color, we always have to not only protect ourselves from those types of elements, but we have to protect ourselves from the law as well. So I just don't think it was very smart of him. Like calling when he's on his way to give the information, hey, this happened, either come pick this motherfucker up or go that way because that's where he went. Yeah. But I think that the dude was putting himself he was doing a good job for protecting himself and his family from the elements that are out there. But I think that he made himself vulnerable when he was giving all that information on 911. Let it go down. I'm giving you a call after his head's gone, his face is gone or whatever, or after he's gone. And they can figure out what happened from the physical evidence. You figure that shit out. I don't have to help you. Protect yourself at all times, because that shit could have went left. They still could have jammed him up, even though he was protecting his family.
Got you, Josh. I'm going last on purpose, but I'll go after you, Josh. What you got, bro?
After hearing all that and knowing that there were cameras on the property, I'm sort of with Junior on this, especially if there's fucking cameras on my goddamn property catching all of this shit. I'm calling the cops afterwards.
Okay.
Like, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? And if they ask, well, why do you call the cops during? Like, sir, I don't know about you, but I'm like, just heat of the moment. I know that I have things in my house to protect myself as well as everybody else in my house. And that's the first thing on my mind. Not calling anybody, especially when somebody can just pop in on the call. I'm holding a phone when I should be holding a fucking weapon.
Gotcha. Bars.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and nah, yeah, that's again cameras, bro, everywhere. You even telling them what street he driving on after the street he done turned off of your house.
Yeah.
You camera it up, bro. And besides, the operator, they hey, well, can you lock it? It's shit. If you leave it up to them, you lock yourself in a closet. Right. And then you got to tell the operator, man, if I do that, whoever's on the other side of that damn closet, they can just shoot through the door and I'm dead. Like, what the fuck? Like, again, they are not there to help you. Let's just be real.
Jay Lynn, what's good? What's good,
Not, you know?
So here's my piece of advice, bro. And I say this shit all the time because I mean it. And I heard this while taking a weapons class. So before I give my advice, let me say this. If you haven't already and you have a firearm, please sign up for firearm training in your state. These people are licensed. They'll tell you what to do in these situations. Now, here is my personal thoughts. Although castle doctrine does exist, I would tell anyone that's in a scenario similar to this is what you heard the 911 caller doing is the exact questions you will then hear in court when and if it gets to trial, right? You can be righteous and still not be legal. That's two different things, right? You could be in the right and still be illegal. There are 9 different ways. If you think about it, there are approximately 9 ways you can get charged for a body. You got the 3 charges or 3 degrees of involuntary manslaughter. You have the 3 charges of manslaughter and the 3 of outright cold murder. The only thing that separate these are intention of said victim in this scenario, right? My best practical advice is this. It's very hard to defend yourself if your justification for taking a life is defending property. So it'd be very hard to beat that in anybody's courtroom. What the 911 operator was telling him was what should have been done with the time he was wasting calling the police. Meaning the best way, hypothetically, to beat what we call a good shot or a good body is you have to be a defensive position with no other options. So what she said in essence, I kind of agree with, which is if that is happening, the best recourse to get through the scenario that's in front of you and beat it legally is you do barricade yourself in a room with layers of barriers between yourself and the intruder, right? You take the defensive stance, and if it does go down, at least legally, you can prove that you were given no other options other than what you had to do. Now, this is the most important part that most people skip or don't know. After said action is done, the next thing you should do as a citizen is unload and discharge a firearm. After you do that, you place the 911 call. Now, this is very important. Please don't miss this. When you're on the phone, the only thing you should say to an operator, and this was told to me by someone that was in firearms class, you call, hey, 911, my name is such and such. I'm at this location and I've been a victim of a crime. Could you please send an ambulance? Hang up the phone. You can give a description of what you look like so that when they arrive on scene, you're not secured in cuffs, because that's the whole idea of after scenario. You say, I've been a victim of a crime. This is my name. This is my location. Send an ambulance. This is why the ambulance part is important. So when they show up on the scene, the police will do all they can to secure the scene because they don't know what's happening. You've identified yourself by what you have on, and you've unloaded and, got your firearm secure. Once they come in, the reason why you tell them to bring an ambulance is that you then have to state, which will be true, that you're having heart palpitations and your vitals seem a little off and you like to go to the hospital. What does that do? As opposed to you sitting in an interrogation room, while they process what happened, right? You're sitting and waiting to either be cleared or to be charged. Because if it ends how we know and you defend yourself, let's say, most high involved, that you come out on the good side, the other person doesn't, and they're not here no more, right? Police still have to do their due diligence. Would you rather be sitting detained in cuffs in an interrogation room or at the hospital? Well, I choose the hospital. It's not my job as a citizen to do the job of the police. If it's a good shoot, it's a good shoot. Let them figure it out. You don't get paid money, and you will not win any case on a 911 call or once police arrive on the scene. And that's the biggest misconception our people have, is assuming that righteousness equals legality, or that the police are there to do anything other than clean up what's happening. Because the likelihood of you calling and enough time for them to get there to stop it, that is not, unfortunately, that is not the reality of the job. They're there to protect and serve after something has happened. And what you'll find, if anybody's ever broken into your shit, or if you was a person kicking in doors, the most the police do, even after the crime happens, is they might fingerprint and dust and hope that the prints hit. But even then, it's not enough for them to charge. So I would encourage everyone, if you are a legal citizen and you own a firearm, know the laws in the state in which you reside, know where your rights start and the criminals begin, and understand that it's not fair and it was never meant to be. Back to our first couple of videos. Life ain't going to be fair, but you better be practical. Yeah, none of what I said is what's right. And I understand what Cox, brother Fletcher Cox was doing, was he was doing what he thought to be the righteous thing, which is called a 911. But in that video, like you said, bro, you've admitted intent. You have shout out, yes, appreciate you stopping through, man. You've admitted intent. You have also admitted through that 911 call that there was damage of property, but you as a person wasn't threatened. So if you had have actually carried through your threat, you would then be charged for at least your intent is now proven through your 911 call. So the very thing you tried to do to clear yourself, you just proved intent.
There you go. You had in your mind. You had in your mind for a long time when that was going on that you was going to blow this dude's head off.
Yeah, you had enough time to make a phone call and tell them, I'm about to blow this shit. Shotgun ahead. Like, you tripping, bro. Respect.
Yeah, I'm not helping y'all. I'm not helping y'all at all. Just come clean this motherfucker up and figure it out. You feel me? Yeah.
That part. And again, like, and I'm sorry that I had to be so long with it, brothers. I ain't want to even cook this up so bad, but I think this is very important. If you find yourself in a B&E situation, somebody's breaking into your property, it is illegal to justify taking a life with personal property. And most eyes of the law, it's not going to fly. That can't be a justification. The only justification would be, I'm in a defensive position, I fear for my life, and there was no other option.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that works. Nothing else will get you off, and this is one of those clear times where right doesn't mean legal. Unfortunately, I'm not here to argue about what side made it this way. I'm not here to debate what is and ain't right. I'm just telling y'all what is, what was told to me, taking these courses. Black people, if you are armed citizens, exercise your right, go to the range, practice, because another thing that we fooled ourselves to think is that the more time you spend at the range, that actually would stand against you in court. Actually, the opposite is true. Because if a prosecutor decides to take what you thought was a right to shoot and prosecute you for it, the first thing he's going to do is pull, how efficient are you in your firearm? How many times have you been to the range? Pull your records. Because if you're not proficient in said weapon, the next question the prosecutor going to ask is, why are you using it? See, we think that if you go to the range a lot, it makes you look like a bad guy. Or you must have been practicing to do it. No. This is a tool. Why are you using tools you're not equipped for? So there's a lot of unlearning we got to do when it comes to protecting the things that we working on and busting our ass to get. And there's a right way to do it, and there's a legal way to do it. Ensure that you're doing both. Ensure that you're righteous and you're legal so you don't get prosecuted for doing what we all know is right, which is defending yourself from people that has no fucking business taking what's yours. Sign up for a fucking class, bro. My bad. Yeah. I watched that video. I was like, this nigga is fucking up, bro.
Yeah, don't even get me started. And don't even get me started on like the adrenaline dumps. Because even when you're shooting at the range, when it's going down, and it's like, you know, that life or death threat is in front of you, and it's like the violence and the sound that comes with that violence of them actually breaking things to try to get to you. Your body is producing it. And it's like, the environment that you're having to bust down on is different from when you go to the range, because when you're in the range, that's like a everyday situation. You relax, you're fine. So that's like going to the range is even a bare minimum. It's like, you know, how are you going to react with the adrenaline dump? You know, like I'm never too far away from a weapon in my home. I prefer shotgun. But like I said, if someone was to break in right now, it's like,
now we believe it.
you know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah,
I'm
we
always
believe it.
like wherever I am in the crib, I can get to a weapon. You have to kind of be safe with it, especially with the kiddos running around because they like to get into everything.
Yeah.
But it's like and I don't like the little pellets in the shotgun because it's like with the spread, right? You could have like neighbors or like people in other rooms, and it's like I just want to see something gone, like just like one big shell hit you, and a piece of your gun. But it's like that's why I'm so thankful like for the military training because you just don't that they exhaust you. They get you to that point where you're physically about like broken, and then you have to go through the breaking down the weapon, putting it back together, loading it up, putting it down range, because that adrenaline dump is gonna feel you're gonna feel exhausted, you're gonna feel heavy, you're not gonna feel fast, your notion of speed is gonna be different because you just kind of being relaxed and moving slow is probably the most fast thing. But like for those people out there that already go to the range, I would say kick up that train a little bit and try to use firearms when you're physically exhausted, so that you can kind of create that adrenaline dump. Because that's a bitch, and that's something that nobody really talks about. Even with fighters and stuff like that, you in it, but it's like it's just kind of like in a dream when you're throwing a punch. It just lacks strength. That's what that adrenaline dump does to you. How do you react in that situation?
One thing I will say too, get familiar with a weapon other than a firearm. Because again, like sometimes that gun ain't there, but you got again, like I mean, I done been in tournaments for throwing axes, and there's as many throwing axes in this house as well as there is firearms. So
Talk that
you
shit.
know what I'm saying? Enough said.
Yeah. And again, yo, like you got to make this shit muscle memory because here's the part that we don't acknowledge. Now they showed the footage of the house being daytime, but here is the cold reality of a break-in. The criminal has the ups. You are normally dead sleep, and they are actively alert because they have purposely planned to take you at a time to where you're most vulnerable. You're already down 2 strikes. You have to wake up out of a sleep, locate your firearm if it's in a safe and secure, unsecure said weapon, and then identify a threat. This is why first priority should always be barricade. Property can be replaced. I know people don't like hearing this shit, but this is how it actually goes. Handle it at your own discretion, but this is why what both of the bros said is so true. Muscle memory is key. Yes, the range is great for at least understanding the muscle memory of discharging your firearm properly. But the idea is that the repetition is what creates the muscle memory, and then you try to simulate real life adrenaline because that's how it's gonna go. Because right now, bro, I don't know about y'all, I sleep hard and heavy, pause, right? Now, noises that wake me up, I'm alert as fuck, but I come up almost violently out of a sleep because my mind's like, whoa, what the fuck? But even then, I have to gather myself, figure out what the fuck is going on, and I got maybe 5 more seconds before said threat can be right on top of you. Those instances count, and that's where that training comes. And like you said, man, if y'all learn nothing else from us, bro, the way my bloodline work is bloodline first. We always militant, respectfully. That's in us, and that's what I love about my brothers, love about my family. Like that's always been instilled in all of us. Like we stay vigilant, we stay militant, and it's bloodline over almost everything, if not everything. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna protect what's ours. That's just how it is. That's why I love y'all. Fuck with y'all, man. But anyway, enough of the mushy shit, man. Let's put a bow on this show. Any last thoughts and words? Y'all made. I appreciate this show, man. I had fun putting it together. But I think we got some good shit. What y'all think, man? Give me some thoughts. What y'all think?
Man, it was some good shit. It was some good shit.
Yeah.
I said, I don't know, man. I just like that goddamn oh my god, my brakes! Oh my god, my brakes! Like, bro, just the terror in his voice, bro. Like, bro, like, oh my god. Okay, bro. All right. Yeah, bro. It was good shit though, bro.
Thanks. I love it. I love it. I love it. What you got, Mo?
Man, I got capitalism sucks. Billionaires are unnecessary, and family's everything. And good luck to those cats going to the moon. First brother, about to set foot. Arguably, this is our first time going to the moon. But anyway, shout out to those dudes. Godspeed to them.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Like I said, overall great show. Y'all give me great topics to pick from, man, and I enjoy the company. Make sure I rewatch it, man. Just let y'all know, man. Like, I'm getting great feedback on the show. Co-workers and employees be coming to me like, "Yo, y'all going live tonight?" Like, so again, I know people watching on Facebook, YouTube, wherever the hell y'all watching that, y'all appreciate it, man. We getting better. Like, I can see, y'all know I've been listening to that shit for a little bit, but I can see an improvement in y'all. And I appreciate y'all for, humoring me and being a part of the network. It means a lot. But great show. We're going to see y'all again next week. And we're going to turn up some more, man. Like I said, tomorrow we will do the Raw Bunch panel style show. We will be talking about and comparing the eras of 2026 to 1980. I find it very eerie that those two dates kind of align with where we were to where we are. We're going to try to see if we can project forward. So make sure y'all tap in, like, comment, subscribe. We appreciate y'all, man. And until next time, it's the bros. We out of here. Peace.
End of the show, but we still on go. Straight ahead the bros, you already know. Mo in the cut, Josh line them up. Wanna talk slick, whole squad talk tough, yeah. Feel tired with the bros, let the tape run slow. When the screen go black, you still feel that glow. From the clips, from the mist, from the things you ain't know. Feel tired with the bros, feel tired with the bros. From the wild little to the seat they hit. Every frame, every angle, we gon' spin that lit. From the south we slide, put that draw on the vibe. If it's strange, if it's live, we gon' press rewind, yeah. Feel tired with the bros, let the tape run slow. When the screen go black, you still feel that glow. From the clips, from the mist, from the things you ain't know. Real tired with the bros, real tired with the bros. SPS on the screen, we embedded in your mind. Hit play one time, you'll be back every time.